last day of the Patissier World Tournament, and we've at last arrived at the grand finale. Pure spectacle. It's no wonder why they call him the Patissier Chosen One. It's magnificent.
The challenge for the final round is candy sculpture. He's almost guaranteed.
Just look around. It's a wonderland of sweets. I will win this thing. Then I'll finally have achieved it. My childhood dream.
The chefs are moving their finished pieces to the judging area now.
This feeling. Am I dying? Going to create a land of sweets that made everyone everywhere smile. But that dream is over now. God, you are far too cruel.
Well, so be it. I shall grant you one more chance.
Who's there?
Your new name shall be... The Thief of Mortown, my father, Casserole Meal Mortown, is the suzerain lord of this place. Before him, it was a barren land, one that could barely grow wheat. My father worked hard alongside diligently cultivating the soil. That hard work paid off. We've managed to grow a fief of 3 villages. There are about 40 people each, with harvests of both wheat and barley.
Come now, give it your all.
I'm just getting warmed up!
It's been 9 years since I was reincarnated as the son of suzerain Lord Sir Casserole.
That's it. Grip so firmly I'd have to tear off your hand to get that blade.
Yes, sir!
I was raised by my father, a military hero, my kind mother, and my 5 older brothers. That means it's nearly impossible to get sweet things here. Gosh, how nice it would be to make sweets again.
Distracted.
My lord, I have some news. Still at it, I see. I doubt you're even aware it's almost time for breakfast.
Right. Then we'll end for you. Go on.
I have both good news and bad news for you. Which do you want first?
Regardless, I'll have to listen to them each in due course. I suppose let's start with the good.
Right. The bean fields are absolutely thriving. They should yield a significant harvest. Seems like the kids' advice worked out.
Sprinkle lime on the soil. That will improve the crop yield.
It appears...
Be limited to simple bean dishes at first, but caramelized roasted soybeans are a classic tea snack. You can sprinkle in soybean flour for extra flavor.
Wherever did you learn about such things?
Oh, they wouldn't believe it's because I was reincarnated.
Well, strange as it is, you've always been prone to such flights of fancy.
That imagination of yours has produced a lot of great ideas.
Now, it's time for the bad news for you.
Regarding the county of Ratesh, attempts to stop some bandits there have failed.
The bandits prevailed?
I'm told the stragglers escaped and are heading our way.
How many?
There's about 50.
If bandits come here, they'll ravage our fields. But
2 months' time.
Only 2 months.
Our only chance is to rally the villagers. We must try our best to drive them off with pikes and slings.
even if we pull from all 3 villages, that's only 30 men at most. We'll barely be able to slow them down. And in a prolonged battle, we're doomed for sure.
Perhaps we could use the village canal to our advantage. Hold up.
Just one problem.
That would be Count Ratesh's reputation.
If we were to defeat the bandits that the county failed to stamp out, it would subject the Count to accusations of incompetence.
That means we cannot rely on them for reinforcements.
The ideal outcome for the Count would be for us to fail, so that the Margravate of Huberic has
What will become of father? But the beans, and most of all the wheat, I need them all for making sweets. They can't take that from me.
I like that look, kid. He's finally starting to feel his calling as our fief's next suzerain lord.
I won't lose it again. My precious dream to create a...
The only way out of this situation is going to be a big gamble, friend. Mind that this is just my instinct talking. I have an idea. What if we use the kid here as our secret trump card?
How so?
If the gamble pays off, your son may live up to your reputation after all.
You know I've always trusted your instinct, but it would take magic to... the sanctification. I'm going to put Pace through the sanctification ceremony.
Darling, no! Surely that is asking too much too soon of our sweet boy.
You know as well as I do how bright our son is. He's at the top of his age group in many things, including the sword.
But still,
I've made my decision, Agnes. He is accomplished with both pen and blade.
The sanctification ceremony I want. Still, this must be a real shock for Mother. Kids are usually between 13 and 15 when they participate.
though, I had hoped for just a little longer with our sweet boy as a child.
We set out in 3 days' time. Make the preparations.
I will. Josie, how would you like to help me with that?
Certainly, Mother. I'd love to. He must be perfect. Yes.
Not good. It never bodes well when they smile like that. Please help me, Father.
Sorry, eating.
Father.
So cute. Wait a minute. How do you not see that you're traumatizing me?
Oh, doesn't he look so precious like that?
Now all that's missing is the perfect pair of shoes.
Are you pretending like you don't hear what I do his makeup?
Your skin is the ideal blank canvas.
Resistance is futile. Ever since I was little, my mother and sisters have treated me like some kind of real-life dress-up doll. Back when all of my older sisters were around, it was far, far worse.
You look just like the belle of the ball, little bro.
Father!
What's the matter, my son? How are you exhausted when today is just the outset of our long journey ahead?
Well, it's been a rather hectic 3 days, you know.
Sweet Pace. Be safe out there.
Give it your best.
Right. Oi! Hey, Pace! It's Mark and Lumi, the guys.
You would look awful in a suit.
Shut your stupid trap!
See you, Pace. Be sure to have fun on your trip, okay?
Sure. I'll eat lots and lots of delicious things while I'm gone. Everything's about food with him.
Well, that's our Pace after all.
You're in charge, for you.
Yes, sir.
His magic is really something else. Josie, yes, Mother. We'll never forget that Pace looks fast in a pretty dress.
How many do you want?
Capitals doesn't disappoint.
This is the most people I've seen in one place ever since my reincarnation. Look, Father, there's... The Thief of Mortown is so bereft of sweet things. I've never seen this stuff there. With these ingredients, brown sugar cookies, pound cake, chocolate gâteau, flan. The possibilities are endless. I'm raring to go.
Listen, if you can make it through the sanctification ceremony, as your reward, I will buy you whatever you like.
You mean it? Are those apples? And they look so juicy and delicious. I'm so glad to know they exist in this world too.
I believe those are bonkas.
Bonkas?
They're cultivated up in the northern lands. It's rare to see them even in the market. I've scarcely tasted them, though I recall it being on the sour side.
Sour, huh? There are all kinds of meat.
Growing them?
Yes! Let's bring some with us!
Really? Such a keen interest in the goods of foreign lands. He's developing the instincts of a true suzerain.
If I got 5 of them, I could make all kinds of things. I'd love to try them glacé. However, sugar's in our beef. I could candy them in honey instead. Tarts, baked apples, and the old classic apple pie!
With talent like his, the future of the thief will be...
If I can cultivate apples, the future of the thief will be...
a rich and mighty land.
All you can eat sweet!
Well, if it isn't the Lord of Mortown himself. Thank you for coming.
Human panda!
Greetings, Father. It's an honor to see you again.
I believe the last time we met was at your daughter's sanctification ceremony.
You did me a great service that day.
I've heard wonderful tales about you, my lord. For instance, that you somehow protected your people when last year's bitter frost threatened the worst.
Truly, it was achievable.
And you brought that very son with you.
This will come as a surprise, but I intend for him to undergo his sanctification ceremony at once.
My word, you can't possibly be serious about this, my lord.
Yet I am. A true sanctification. Nothing less will do.
Hey, Foyo. So, isn't true sanctification when I did my ceremony? They said I had little magic power. Without any true magic to my name, they didn't feel it was necessary to put me through that hardship. I hope you'll be alright. Sweet Pace.
I think you'll be fine, Josephine. Worry not.
What's that ceremony like?
How can I describe it? They measure the amount of magic power you have, and that's just the start.
Now, child, imbibe this.
Too bitter! What the hell is this stuff?
What then?
You don't do anything.
And what do you mean by that?
You're left all alone, in the dark, unable to see or feel the grand power hidden within certain people. This is the only way to draw it out. To face and overcome hardship, all by yourself.
It's been a day and a half.
Fun till the radiance subsides whenever that may come to pass. That said, it's most impressive that the moment has not yet come. The boy must be harboring a magnificent level of power within.
Understood. Do you think he'll be all right?
There's no real cause for concern, though so much time in darkness and silence would surely be trying.
My boy.
Imagination is running wild! Someday, I'll find a way to get sugar too. Then the sky's the limit! I'm filled with glee just thinking about it. My dream is alive. To fill the land with perfect sweets. To bring smiles to everyone's faces. To make the best treats in the world. That must be the reason I was reincarnated in this planet's very own land of sweets! What's that? Hey, stop!
My son,
Yes, Father?
you are a marvel, Pace. 2 whole days.
2 days? That long? My dreams. I had so many of them, but I can't remember now.
It is time. We will bring this to a close. If you have truly discovered the power within, then the script sanctification ceremony will come to an end.
Yes, sir.
Vast is our world, and rich with myriad forms of life, great and small alike, yet all receiveth equally those blessings divine. So too do its people. Receive the immeasurable bounties of our most holy God. Thou who art pastry meal more now, God's blessing.
What can I do? Reincarnation? Replication? This must be the scripture itself.
Well done. Looks like you made it through. I cannot thank you enough for your help. A humble token of my gratitude.
Many thanks to you and yours, the Lord. The Church appreciates your donation. Most generous indeed. May your son's future shine brightly and rest safely in God's loving hands.
And those over there are tempting too.
They're all bonkers, my boy. You need to choose already.
Fine.
I'll throw in a couple extra for your son's enthusiasm. Here you go.
Are you sure? These are the best looking ones yet!
Silver coins. Such ignorance. Shut. No hard feelings, my lord.
That refreshing tartness! It really is an apple! How many years has it been?
Father? Let's not tell Mother or Sister that we ate the best bonkas. They would be really upset with us.
And I'm gonna make an apple pie, and then tarts, and candy apples. And then, one day, I'm going to make it a reality. Mark my words, a real land of sweets!
that's worth anything, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty slim pickings, sir.
That ain't enough food for us all! We'll have to see what Lord Chump's got that we can plunder. Make sure you drive those stakes in.
The Knight's Thief of Liptauber's gone. It was attacked by bandits. They burned it all to the ground.
It's only been 3 weeks since we returned. They've already made it that far. So then they'll get here before the 2-month deadline we were planning on.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Hey, Pace, I need you to get the word out. Tell the leader of each village to hurry here now.
Sir,
Make sure...
we'll be getting here sooner than we thought. I'll stop them. I have a dream, and that's to create a land of sweets. I can't let some tasteless jerks destroy it. This is the tale of a genius pâtissier whose dream of making the world's greatest dessert was cut short. Now reincarnated into another realm as the son of a poor noble, he pursues a world and sprinkled with bitter darkness. A pastry chef who was reborn and dreams of creating this new world's very own land of sweets. After receiving word, Father moved swiftly. We temporarily closed off the 2 smaller towns. He ordered their wells filled in and their fields and homesteads stripped bare. This is all to avoid a spontaneous battle.
Boss! Well, I rounded up as many folks as I could.
How long do you reckon we can hold out?
3 days? If we ration ourselves to 1 meal a day, we could probably stretch it out to 7.
We're short on food. Don't have enough fighting power. With these farmers for soldiers, our side's inferior. Father and Foyel have to know that too. We need a solid strategy.
My Lord Pace!
Mark and Lumi,
We're here to fulfill your command.
My lord, why aren't we your dutiful lieutenants after all?
my lieutenants.
Our fathers are retainers to this land's
You, if I'm not mistaken.
Hearing you two call me my lord makes my skin crawl. We're old friends, so why don't you knock it off? Normally around this time I'd be playing with them and the other kids. Pace? Something wrong? Can I ask you guys to do me a huge favor?
Sure, you name it.
Think you can gather some rocks?
Roger that.
Listen to me. The bandits are already within the thief's boundaries. So if you hear something making noise in the distance or see something weird, don't investigate it. Just get straight to safety, okay?
As you command, Lord Pastry.
I thought I told you, no more noble treatment.
They're on the village at this point.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. What kind of magic did Pace end up getting, by the way?
I don't know. He's refusing to tell me while he's still in training.
Well, he's so darn good at everything. He should be even further ahead of you by now, huh?
What do you mean by that, huh? We both know I'm still way more useful than him in a brawl.
Sure, Mark.
Just you watch me. I'll pound those lousy bandits down.
Probably nothing to worry about.
Shh. Oh, crap.
Hey! Look out! The bandits are almost here! They're here! We saw that!
Both of you, stay with Lord Pace.
Sir!
Please go find all of the little kids and get them safely inside at once, Mother.
No, it's true then? They're coming for us? You really think we'll be enough to stop them? Don't dare give up yet! Let's hear it out.
Food will be taken, and your homes burned down. I refuse to ever let that happen here. And so I ask for your resolve as well. Those who wish to protect their families, join me now. We can drive these bandits back if we work together. There's not one man here I believe to be a coward. I hope you share my faith. Are you all ready for this? The sun will be setting shortly. The bandits will come when night falls. Show me your spirit! Quattro, head to the western canal, sir. Lesage, you need to hurry over to the east to center region.
I'll handle it, sir. Everyone with me!
Wait, boss. The bandits will be at a serious disadvantage in the morning.
They won't. I suspect they failed to replenish their food and their provisions have run low. Last year's frost will have left our neighboring fiefs with damaged fields and poor crop yields, so they won't find much there. I think they'll want to strike as soon as possible. And they'll attack at night, even if it is to their disadvantage.
You can't say that for sure, though. If you're wrong and we keep our men up all night long, they won't be ready for—
I think we need to find out in detail the extent of the enemy's supplies and fighting power. It's the same with baking. Before you start, you have to have an accurate measure of what you will need in terms of ingredients, time, and temperature, all prepped beforehand. Early on, when I was making my first chocolate guitar— No, stop that! You've got bigger things to focus on!
Let's go. Early enough that we can probably hit them first.
Good grief. You're such a taskmaster, boss.
Pace, I'm leaving you in charge in my absence, son.
Yes, sir.
We'll hit the bandits hard and withdraw. Foyle and I will take a long roundabout route and then return from the north.
Take care. Before they make it back, I need you to pass this message to Cointreau at the Western Canal. Flaming arrows will signal the enemy's approach. Lumi, go tell Glissage to start prepping the flaming arrows at once. While my father and Foyle are gone, the very second you hear even the faintest sound of hoofbeats, tell them to shoot their arrows in the direction of the sound. You sure though? What if the arrows accidentally—
Yeah, that's pretty hard to imagine. I mean, he once did something I'd never seen before. He dodged a falling rock by instinct.
Yeah, he really took us to task after we pulled that prank.
He was so mad he even went after your dad for it.
No matter how well they know the land, they could still lose their way home, especially at Magic. His teleportation spell has a weight limit. It would be hard for him to use it on both of them, and the horses all at once.
Never knew about that. That's wild.
All right, now to your tasks.
Got it. I'm so scared. What's gonna happen to the village?
It'll be all right. Don't be too scared, okay? My daddy and all—
You go inside too, Josie.
Yes, let's go.
Please, Pace. Be careful out there.
Ma'am.
I thought sweets were the only thing I'd ever have to worry much about. But in this world, if I don't protect my territory, my dream won't come true. So I'll do what I must do to take care of these peoples. What Father wants is to hurry up and get the battle over with tonight, even if he himself has to be the bait.
Pace, I'm leaving you in charge in my absence.
Prepare yourselves to fight off these bandits.
Gather all the kids here.
I have a...
Found him, boss. And I've got bad news. These bandits? Lip. And it looks like they know how to ride them, too.
How many men all told?
50, 60, no, about 70.
It seems unlikely that they were driven to banditry out of desperation. My guess is we're contending with an experienced gang of raiders.
That's not all. They've got captives tied up in their camp, too. Probably villagers
Our lands, do not fall behind, Foyle.
Who do you think you're talking to? You better keep up the pace yourself if you don't feel like catching an arrow in the butt, boss.
We're back, Chief. Looks like the surrounding villages have all been abandoned. And they filled in the wells when they left.
Well, that's fine. The sun is down. Let's head out.
Right.
Soldiers from Ortown? Not on taking out our fighters. These guys know a thing or two about cavalry tactics. Gotta be trained riders.
Brace yourselves, boys! They're about to make another pass! Hey, don't stand in front of their horses, you morons! You're just gonna get trampled!
Their leader knows the right orders to give. On before these guys overwhelm us with their numbers, boss!
All right, let's head back and muster our defenses! Don't let them get back! Don't run off, idiots! Amateurs!
Looks like they all took the bait, boss.
Let's get back to the village safely! Oh, Sir Glissage!
The fire arrows. Yes, right away, sir. Godspeed.
Ready! The bandits are on their way!
A fire arrow, and it came from the village.
That has to be Pace. He's using the arrows to guide us back home. And if he's willing to use tactics that would give away the location of the village. I'll bet he set up an ambush.
They'll ruin the fields if we go around to the east side.
Lord Pace! Emergency! His lordship and Sir Foyle are being pursued by bandits.
And the arrows?
We've already loosed two. They seem to be circling around the west side of the village.
Prepare to fight back!
Time for that detour.
Now fire! Next volley! And another! Who'd have thought? Good thing we play with slings so much.
When Father and Foyle are on their way back from attacking the bandit camp, they'll break west to avoid trampling the fields. Mine will be their weak point. That's where we'll aim our attack.
But wait, is it safe to have our kids doing this?
Well, it's not like any of you grown-ups remember how to properly use a sling, right?
And we all use them for fun every day.
Yeah, you tell them, Lumi. We may be young, but we're strong too.
Now, don't get full of yourself, boy.
It's only as Father and Foyle will be able to move around more freely. If we can have the children help out with our defense early on, they won't have as much of an advantage in numbers. And once they cross the canal, the children will fall back, and the village militia will meet the enemy.
Understood.
His lordship...
Nice. Let's show those old farts what we can do.
Lumi, I'd really feel better if you sat this one out, considering how you're a girl and everything.
Huh?
So what if I'm a girl? I'm your retainer? Not to mention, I'm probably the best slinger here.
Yeah, good point. Thanks for setting me straight.
I'm not sure if I can...
I promise you'll do fine, guys. Just play with your slings like any other day.
Yes, sir.
I swear, I won't let any of these children get hurt.
Sling release!
Nice work, kid.
Let's go, Foyle.
Keep it up! You got it, boss! One of them is heading for the wall!
Slings ready!
No more kicks!
This way! Follow the cheese! Lord Pace, run!
All right, step up and face me if you're ready to die!
Come on! Boss, the bandits are over the wall and their leader's going after the kids!
Like that!
Rats!
Lord Pace, you! Get the rest of the children inside.
Lord Pace! Nobody move! Pace, easy.
You think I'm bluffing?
Cowardly dog.
I can use him.
All right, boys, cut him to pieces!
Replicate!
Hey, what the hell? It feels like it's on fire! It burns! What did you do to me, you damn monster?
Nothing special. I just replicated your friend's wound onto you.
You say replicate? And you're a magic?
Humble patissier.
an arm injury.
An injury? Oh dear. How could I let this happen? I'm sure it's not serious. Is it?
Oh, of course not. Nothing to fret over.
Father and Pace must know that we're sick with worry waiting for them. What's taking them so long? Why haven't they come home yet?
Jizz.
Yes, my lord.
This is the tale of a genius patissier whose dream of making the world's greatest dessert was cut short. Now reincarnated into another realm as the son of a poor noble, he pursues a world full of desserts and smiles. A tale that's syrupy sweet, born, and dreams of creating this new world's very own land of sweets.
Make certain that they're each tied up separately.
Yes, my lord.
What's the plan, boss? Are we still shipping them off to the county of Ratesh?
That is what must be done. Let them claim the victory.
You'll owe us a huge thank you for a ruse like that.
We'll work out those fine details. But at the very least, we need to recoup our campaign expenses and our losses from sealing the other 2 villages. And that's just the start. Next, Glassage.
My lord.
For your courageous frontline defense efforts, I award you a spear and 1 silver coin.
We're here!
Wonder why he didn't call us one at a time.
Hey, that's a good question.
You're quite the pair. For serving Pace well and assisting him in battle, I award each of you a sword and a bag of barley.
No way! Wow, thank you.
Kind of embarrassing getting this much.
I'll help. Hey, Pace. Oh, thanks a lot. You both did great back there. Not so great compared to you, but at least we held our own, right?
I threw way more stones than you, so speak for yourself.
Huh? I'm the one who hit the bandit in the head at the
Goodness, we all
critical
made
moment.
it through the battle.
Our
Now we can get back to normal
life.
life.
He'll be just fine with us around.
Just keep us by your...
Should grant me a sword for my service and a whole bag of barley. You're the best, big bro. The best.
You're home safe. That is all I wished for and the greatest reward I could have received. Tell me, my lord, my foolish son didn't cause you any trouble on your mission, did he?
Not at all. He was great.
They both were. One thing is certain.
It's my granddaughter!
You're squeezing too tight.
Never imagined you'd be aiding our lord and his
You're
son
on
at
my
such
back.
a young
You're
age!
gonna break me in half.
Sir, we brought the wine you requested.
Huzzah! Come on in! It's time to celebrate!
Your father isn't back yet?
Not yet. He's in talks with Markstad. Said he still had some business to...
You're here at the perfect time. Come and join our celebration.
Thanks. Count me in. Wine time, right?
Don't be stupid. It's fresh milk for you and the young lord.
No fair.
Honestly, I thought those rapscallions were nothing but trouble.
An ambush by the children led by...
With all that over, I can finally focus on making desserts. Sweet victory! I'm gonna make a nice bulka pie. What will I need? Butter, flour, eggs. I gotta find something reminiscent of cinnamon.
Sheesh. I'm so used to everyone always yelling at us.
You get yelled at plenty.
So, what do you think they did with the bandits?
I hear they put him in the shed in the main village.
Let's go look at the prisoners. It's our duty. As future retainers of the Lord of this land, we've gotta stay on top of this stuff.
You're right.
It's too dangerous.
Come on, you jerk.
After all we did, they're treating us like children.
What?
What's the big idea?
Quiet. Watch the master at work.
What was that?
Well, just look at these sad, ugly blokes, will ya? I'm not even scared.
Hey, kid. That sword on your hip. Where'd you get it?
I earned it for being brave.
Did you know that used to be my sword? Oh, I want to make sure you know how to truly use my old blade.
What do you mean by that?
You don't know? If you use it right, it'll let you wield magic.
Is that true? Just like Pace.
Can you handle it? Draw the sword and hold it with both hands.
Don't do it, Mark. You know full well you can't trust that filthy bandit.
So, you think so?
Now, say the magic words.
Magic words?
They're dangerous. We shouldn't let your little friend over there hear. Come closer.
Tell me the magic words!
Just a bit closer.
Are you okay? No, Lumi!
What happened? Stand back and the kid dies! Someone help! Lumi's been injured by one of the bandits! One of the bandits? Out of my way, or the runt loses his head! Someone tell his lordship! Surround him! Don't let him escape! Please, Chief! You can't leave us like this! Screw you! Want to be saved? Dislocate your own arm! Yeah! Lumi, say something!
Stay strong! Compress it! We have to focus on stopping the bleeding no matter what!
Yes, my lord!
The bandit?
He stole a horse and fled.
Which direction?
To the east.
The east. Look after Lumi! The bandit traps them. I can use my replication to copy any wound I receive and inflict it back on him. If worst comes to worst, I can force a draw. Wait. If I can really replicate anything I see, I wonder.
Pace went in pursuit of the bandit all by himself? You idiot! Why didn't you stop him? Sorry.
Lies waiting for him out there, they could gang up and turn the tables on their pursuers. I urge you to stay here. Help Lesage deal with the backlash.
You're joking.
What do you think will happen if word gets out about the escape? It will be a huge blow to all the villagers' morale. They'll need their leader's strength. It's your duty to reassure them.
Let me go! This is stupid! Just let me go already!
Shut your annoying little mouth, Laurel! Damn it!
My head. Hey!
Got a lot of nerve for a pathetic ankle biter.
Mark, keep your distance!
Oh, you think you're ready for a real duel? Grip so firmly I'd have to tear off your hand to get that blade. Show me what you're made of. A mighty charge for someone with...
He probably thinks he can replicate a wound onto me with his magic. But I won't let him. I'll finish him off in a single slice. What's wrong? Out of steam?
Please just run away! I'm not worth it! Yes, you are! I will never ever abandon you, Mark! Don't forget you're my future lieutenant! Hey!
Say goodbye, dumb brat!
Hey, no!
Damn it. I can't find him. Where is that kid? Lord Pace!
The horse...
Pace! Is that... his sword? How can I bring myself to break into them?
Oh. Hello there, welcome back!
He showed up with his friend not too long ago. I returned Mark back to his parents. Agnes took Pace in her arms and hasn't let go since. She fell asleep like that.
How did we not cross paths?
It happens.
No, it does not. We followed right after him. So how'd he slip past us?
Good point. Explain yourself.
Detailed explanation to really do it justice. Perhaps it could wait until another day.
Tell us!
I replicated Father's magic onto myself earlier and used it to escape.
My teleportation.
You replicated it?
I can copy anything, onto most anything else, so long as the target is countable, and I've either seen or interacted with the original. Worked out.
I had a feeling that's what it was. Listen, I have a word of warning for you.
Okay, listening.
You are hereby forbidden from telling anyone that you can use other people's magic spells, and from using said spells in front of others. Have I made myself perfectly clear? Using magic in battle is dangerous. One wrong move and you can wind up dead. You're lucky you didn't teleport inside of a rock or deep underground.
I knew he'd be mad when he found out.
What are we to do? Replication magic. If word of this gets out,
He will be doomed to a life where he's endlessly pursued for use as a weapon.
That bandit. If only we hadn't allowed him to get away.
If only...
I hear that Lumi's going to pull through. I'm on my way to go pay her a visit, so you'll be coming with me, right?
How am I supposed to face her? It's my fault. All my fault. If only I listened and ignored this.
Just tell her you're sorry. Simple as that.
Hey! About time you two showed up.
We came to check on you.
Dad tells me that I'm 100% all better. But he still yells at me when I try to go out and play. Did something happen?
I'm all done with fighting, and I'd be happy to never see a rotten bandit again. I want to make people smile.
Should apologize. But you only got hurt because I was a total idiot! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Oh, enough with that nonsense!
Sounds like you got that apology out of your system.
What's that? It looks delicious!
It's apple... it's bonka pie. Bonka what now? It's a gift to help Lumi feel better. And to cheer you up, Mark. It's nice and hot, so give it a try.
Heck yeah! That one's mine!
Hey! That's the slice I wanted for myself!
Well,
oh, God! This pie is a miracle!
Oh, my wound doesn't even hurt anymore!
That's wonderful! Now try some of these! Bonkas and honey. It's sour! I know! Are you sure those are even the same fruit? They are! It has its own unique personality. It takes skill to properly prepare it, to harmonize the flavors. I believe it's the same with people. Like you. You have your own unique traits too, and I'll do what I can to make them shine. You will? This experience, it's only deepened your flavor profile, so take whatever lessons you can and work hard to improve. You can count on it!
Explain yourself!
Hey, Dad. You're back, huh?
Hello, sir.
You foolishly thought you could wound my precious daughter and get away with it!
Please, Massage, sir! Control yourself!
I got it. You'll just have to marry her one day. She's never gonna land a man on her own.
Did you say marry
Sound
her?
good to you, Lumi?
She's never gonna freeze it out!
Good.
Then it's settled.
Just 4 slices left, huh? Here,
Hey, what you got there?
some bonka pie. Pace made it all for me.
Go ahead and help yourself.
Thank you.
To that end, I'll be claiming the rest of this pie all for myself.
She's cracking the whip already, boy. Hope you can keep up.
It's delicious! Look at them. Sweets really do bring smiles to faces. And to think, I'm just getting started.
This is good!
My dream is within reach.
We're totally broke.
Oh, come on. Seems like that's all you can talk about these days, boss. So, I'm assuming that's what we're here to discuss, right?
It's been challenging trying to recover after getting raided by bandits. The burden of reopening the 2 villages we had to shut down has proved a heavy one. Everyone has felt it. And securing food for the villagers so they could get through the upcoming winter after having to strip the fields. We're quickly running through our treasury.
It certainly didn't help our situation any that we were forced to let the bandit leader escape.
Yeah, that really put us back, didn't it? We would have secured at least 200 gold coins for his head.
We
can't just borrow the money, can we?
There's neighboring villages were so badly damaged by bandits, they're asking us for loans.
What about the court nobles?
There's no chance. Loans from those stingy misers is an even worse idea. Each gold piece would come with 100 more at interest.
Right. There must be someone who can help. Is there any chance you and Mother could ask your parents for assistance?
That's not going to happen. We've already grandchildren, so I can't exactly show up and just demand they give me money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Back when your mother and I first got together, the lands were even more barren than they are now, and everyone around us opposed our union as well.
Yup, after their whirlwind love affair, they pretty much ran away somewhere to secretly elope. Gotta say, I'm pretty jealous.
We have no money.
Yeah, I think you made that crystal clear.
This is the tale of a genius patissier whose dream of making the world's greatest dessert was cut short. Now reincarnated into another realm as the son of a poor noble, he pursues a world full of desserts and smiles. A tale that's syrupy sweet, and dreams of creating this new world's very own land of sweets.
So that's what's been up, huh? You guys have been discussing all of this stuff in your dad's office for days? Yeah. No, it's unhonest to keep secrets from us, Pace.
That's dishonest, moron.
Duh! Yeah, I know that!
Both said I was good to go, so here I am, toughing it out.
That hurt.
The pain's not really all gone yet.
Watch it. You're gonna overdo it.
Oh, come on, I'm fine.
What's so funny, Pace? You two make the cutest little couple. I told you I didn't like that! How about you shut your mouth, huh? So, why can't... It takes time to do that. And manpower, and most of all, money. Plus, there's no way to do it on short notice.
Hey, I know. How about that bunka pie you made for us?
Bunka pie?
It was so delicious. Why not try selling them in town?
Oh, I admit they're a lot of fun to make. There's nothing... No, stop it! We're here to make money! In order to produce enough to make a profit, we need to figure out a way to bring in a lot of bunkas. So it probably wouldn't work. In that case, why haven't you ever considered teaching magic then? Why are you so obsessed with learning magic anyway? If I could use magic, I'd be sure to do something epic. Like, become a rich noble and eat...
For sure need a miracle to learn magic, and even if you did figure out how to use it, there's no way you'd be able to master it anyway, Mark.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just being honest with you, if you ever did learn a fire spell, you'd just set yourself on fire. Cause you're as moronic as they come.
Hey, why'd you say that? Stop making fun of me!
Simmer down. Enough with the flirting and whatnot.
It ain't flirting, damn it!
I want you to show us that spell you use, Pace. Maybe we'll get inspired.
Yeah, let's go! They do say 3 heads are better than 1. Maybe this will point me in the right direction. When I was thinking up brand new desserts back in my old world, I was so obsessed. I'd stay up all night brainstorming with my fellow chefs. All right. Hey. What's that? It's me, using my magic to totally slay a dragon. Oh, is that a dragon? I thought it was a drawing of a weird worm with legs. Oh, hey, Lou.
That's a hot bunka pie, obviously.
You suck so bad I thought it was a rock. Gee.
Excuse me? Yours just looks like a creepy snake slithering around on the ground.
Shut it! You just can't appreciate how fire my dragon really is!
Only a little kid would say that.
Cool it! How about I just demonstrate my spell for you guys? Replic! Oh, that's so wicked! Now my drawing's on me!
That's crazy. So you really do know how to use magic, don't you, Pace?
Well, oh yeah, it fades away in 3-ish days on skin. But it's permanent on trees and walls and stuff. It's like the coolest trick ever!
I want to show it to my grandpa. Hey, Pace, can you do the opposite?
Huh? Well, like how?
Instead of copying a drawing onto something, could you transfer something else into a drawing? I think that'd be something pretty special.
That don't make a dang lick of sense, Lumi.
You dork.
What'd you say?
Mega dork.
Wait, that's it! Oh, wow, perfect! Lumi, you're a genius.
Hey, where'd all this come from?
Sorry I put my hands on your wife.
I see. The situation
situation with our finances is that dire. But still, I'm not sure we can rely on my family to offer us much assistance.
I understand. Makes sense.
Great news! I've come up with a way to make some money!
Oh yeah? Spill it.
I did.
Little lady's 13 years old. Just about right for marriage arrangement.
Since you can move with your teleportation spell, you probably try to take her everywhere you can to introduce her to new suitors, right?
Yes, I'm always happy for the chance to show off how proud I am of my beautiful daughter.
But then, what do parents who can't utilize...
Be attending a royal banquet at the capital.
That's true, but travel can prove so dangerous.
Right, and it's definitely not cheap.
That's why they say when a noble travels, their money sprouts wings and flies away.
That! I was wondering if we could sell something like this! Replicate.
Just like her.
It's almost like looking in a mirror.
I've decided to call them matchmaking photos. Ask the heir to the Fief of Moortown to use his magic to make you a photo, and you can show off your child, but without ever needing to travel anywhere. So, that could be our pitch to parents seeking arranged marriages. How about it, Father? I guess that would...
Carefully done portraits. We could fetch 5 or even 10 gold coins. It's far cheaper than a painting, and being made from magic means no fees for materials. Plenty of parents would pay out the nose just for the chance to introduce their child with a picture. This just might work.
Wait, wouldn't that mean exposing Pace's magic? Seems risky.
Think my magic is just used for making pictures? It's a good cover story. And might allow me to hide in plain sight.
Pictures, huh? I guess I can see it.
Right. Let's start by feeling out Count Ratesh.
Pace, my love.
I wanted
Yes,
to speak with
Mom.
him about
Just
the
look right
bandits
here.
as well.
These crow's feet? Could you erase them?
Nation facing the sea on 2 sides. Within its borders, there are 4 main villages and over 50 smaller ones as well. Roads connect all of the villages to the local capital, which also presides over them. It's one of the largest domains in the south. And at the center of it all is the local capital, Rateshbal.
I have come here today seeking a meet.
Wonder if he has come here to express his displeasure at our failure to crush the bandit threat.
Chastisement from a mere backwater noble is nothing to fear, at least not for you, I assume.
Perhaps so. I'll butter him up and send him on his way back to the country.
My lady, the Lord of Morteln has
It
arrived.
is such an honor to finally get to meet the famous Lord of Moortown, Brioche Saugrad Mule Ratesh. I serve as the holder of the borderland fief of Ratesh.
Listen to me, Pace. Lady Ratesh is the eldest daughter of the late Count Ratesh. Her predecessors died in conflict, leaving her young nephew as the only rightful heir at the time, until her nephew came of age.
So she's the current holder of the fief.
But tragically, her nephew died of illness before he came of age. I am grateful to have this time with you, Count Brioche Ratesh. The pleasure is mine.
My, what an adorable young gentleman.
She seems cordial enough.
Would the 2 of you care to join me for tea?
I would be delighted.
Look at those! Baked treats! Cookies!
This tea is one of our household businesses. We've prepared only the finest for your visit.
Your teas are well known, even throughout the royal capital. The aroma and flavor both live up to their reputation.
I'm truly pleased to hear you think so.
I used to make cookies like this all the time. The time and temperature before you bake them is what matters most. It's kind of...
Most children skip. I see you excel at more than just military matters. You're quite famous for rendering a barren land bountiful. That prompts me to think you're a wonderful leader as well.
Thanks for the kind words.
I strive hard to maintain my own lands, but I'd love to hear about your administration's agriculture.
You have certainly overestimated me, my lady. You know, the real reason why the land can do with it.
My, your son then? How humble. While I shamefully struggle just to keep my lands together, you refuse to take pride in your many accomplishments.
I know. Normally, no one would believe such a young child could be leading territorial reform, and yet, that's exactly what he's doing.
It must make you proud to have such a fine man.
Yes, I'm very proud. He's why my family's so prosperous.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
However, my father poured himself into our fief.
and it has recently been attacked. Over 100 bandits showed up. Even I and my fellow children were forced to take up swords and fight.
Over 100?
It was actually just around.
Damnation! I let the child broach the subject. It's marvelous to see you assuming the duties of nobility at such a young age.
Our household could truly learn from your example.
Really? When we interrogated the bandits we captured, they admitted they'd come out of Riteshval.
He's going to negotiate for damages. I should think.
We are prepared to hand over some of the bandits to you. If that fails to spark your memory, we'll just turn them over to the king. Doing so could lead to an official investigation, though. Is that your preference?
This child. Then, assuming your theory is correct, perhaps they're the bandits that our household eradicated within this territory now. Those remaining must have failed.
That's odd. We were told that they moved on after retreating from an attempted suppression here. In your... If you claim that your household eradicated them, then whose forces were the bandits escaping from? Who would have they been fighting against?
Well, I'm afraid I wouldn't know. There's no proof that the bandits...
One of the bandits was carrying this sword. It also bears your family crest.
Huh. Sir, that's one of ours.
They've got me.
It's pretty clear. Your household's suppression of the bandits failed. As a result, our lands were attacked because of your error. First, we don't plan to make a fuss or investigate the failed attempt at suppression.
I thank you.
But still, you may not claim them, but they did come out of your territory. We would appreciate compensation for the trouble it caused our fief, ma'am.
For all your trouble? I'm sure we can reach an agreement. What's an appropriate amount, then?
Images to our villages, too.
You don't speak like a child, do you? Fine, then. 130 coins.
Try again. That sounds fair.
This child. He's exceptional. Perhaps the Lord of Moortown's words earlier were more than mere humility. Normally, it is the father who would conduct negotiations. And yet, still, it is a small price to pay. 150 coins. It could be worse.
Father, look! 150 gold coins.
Perhaps, Pace. I underestimated you because you're so young. I must admit, you defeated me.
Do forgive me for the things I said. I got quite saucy.
No, I don't believe you ever introduced your...
And the pleasure is all mine. I very much enjoyed making your acquaintance.
Pastry, huh? I'll remember that. That's right. May I ask you one more question?
Yes.
You made a face when we had tea before. I thought you might have been displeased by what you tried.
Oh.
Did it not suit your fancy?
Oh, no. The tea was most excellent.
Oh.
When you serve baked treats with a good tea, it isn't all that difficult to adjust the sweetness, and I think you might find you like it much more. So next time, you should try pairing it with something less sweet. If you do that, the cookies will enhance the tea, and make the tea and desserts a far more enjoyable pairing.
Oh, my goodness. I'm impressed by your refined...
1,000 apologies.
I thought he was merely precocious. But...
Oh, wait! I hope you'll forgive me. I forgot to bring a present for you. Here, take this. You'll like it. Replicate.
This is amazing. Thank you.
It's to show my thanks. Not just for the sweets, but for your ladyship's most gracious contribution.
Thank you for coming all this way, Lord Moortown. It's nice to see you again. Truly a pleasure.
Relations are in order for your eldest's heir coming of age.
Well, he may have grown older, but I'd say he's still very much a child.
I must also express my honor at having been invited to such an incredible banquet by the leader of the Central Army.
That is quite flattering coming from a hero of your reputation, my good sir. By the way, this is my grandson, Squall.
It is an absolute honor to meet you! I mean that, my lord!
I am likewise pleased to make your acquaintance, Lord Squall. However, seeing as how you are my superior in rank, I must humbly insist that you call me Casserole.
Right! Forgive the error, my lord! Stop, my boy!
Please forgive this silly display. He's told me how much he idolizes you. He's been looking forward. Exploits have made you practically a legend among our youth.
I can hardly think of a greater honor.
And who is this? Your son, I presume.
Correct. Please, introduce yourself.
I am honored to make your acquaintance. I am the son of Casserole Neil Mortel. You may call me Pace. Congratulations. Ascension to manhood is no small feat. I thank you for this auspicious audience. It is truly an honor.
Right! You flatter me with your most elegant words. I am unworthy of...
Pure magnificence! You're rather more put together than my own grandson, aren't you? As it were, I heard a rumor floating about that you have...
The grace of God, of course. I too was blessed with the gift of magical ability.
For both father and son to be so gifted, it is apparent that House Moortown has earned God's good favor.
I cannot imagine a more wonderful thought than that, though it may be merely a coincidence. I believe luck was on my side. Nothing more and nothing less than pure...
Demonstrate your magic.
If it would please your grace, then of course. Now then, might I trouble you to hold out that cloth for me, please?
Yes, do as he says.
Replicate.
Fascinating. A spell that allows you to create pictures. It's truly spectacular.
Thank you for the praise, your grace. If I may be so bold, I wish to offer this picture as a gift to Lord Squall Kodlachek.
Huh?
From myself, and on behalf of Margrave Huberic and his lovely family.
A token from Margrave Huberic. Yet he doesn't appear to be in attendance today.
With Huberic, the charming Lady Petra. Prior to our arrival here, my father used his magic to visit the Margravate of Huberic, whereupon we met with them.
As you are well aware, the Margravate has been consistently embroiled in a bitter feud with its neighbor. This makes it challenging for Lady Petra to leave their territory. That is why the Margrave asked if we might introduce her on his...
Lady Petra is holding a celebration next month for her own coming of age. Her dearest wish is this, that you will attend, as an expression of friendship.
I'm afraid
If she wishes it, I shall be there.
my foolish grandson, responding so quickly without even a second thought of hesitation. Can't he see that they're scheming to arrange a whim?
What is the precise date of this occasion?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Squall. How exactly do you intend to travel such a great distance?
There's no need to worry about such a thing. We'll help.
How so?
My father would be more than willing to lend his magic to the cause.
Do you hear that, grandfather? What great news! It will be no trouble at all for me to attend the celebration. And it's all thanks greatly on you.
It's no trouble at all.
Squall, heaven's sake.
Your Grace. You should know that during our visit, it appeared to me that Lord Huberic had ulterior motives.
Ulterior motives?
I can't help but suspect that the Margrave has grown weary of the constant border disputes that have long plagued his land. Desire to use the awesome military power your Grace controls to stamp out his opponent's will to fight and end the feuding forever. I believe he may be seeking a romantic match in order to achieve that end.
That makes sense. I will bear that in mind. You have my thanks.
All merely my own unfounded...
Joyous festivities as well. Perhaps my grandson will find his romantic destiny. At the very least, it will surely make a good story to take back to His Majesty.
He bellowed that declaration as loud as he could to make sure everyone around us heard.
I shall be counting on you. We're in your able hands.
I am honored by your trust.
He strategically declared...
Lord Pastry Mortel, in honor of this occasion, may I ask that you address me as Squall from now on? Honestly, I'm a bit uncomfortable with formalities.
I understand. In that case, I do hope you'll agree to call me Pastry in return.
What kind of things does Lady Petra like? Flowers or food, for instance?
Things Lady Petra likes. Let me think. I've only met her once, however, there must be something. She does seem rather fond of sweets.
Sweets?
I presented her with some homemade cookies when we first met, and she seemed overjoyed by them.
Then would I be correct in assuming that you're quite...
And when I'm whipping up something sweet and tasty. In fact, I recently made a pie with bonkas I bought here at the capital, and...
I'm sorry, but would you mind if we discuss your pie another time?
Oh, I got a bit carried away there.
I'm not sure quite how to say this, but... I have a favor to ask of you, Lord Pastry.
You want me to make special sweets? Leave it all to me. We'll start with...
About Lady Petra's portrait? Could you alter it for me?
Alter it how?
It could be, well, a bit more tantalizing, you know?
Nice of...
Let's go.
I'm happy to see the distribution of food and firewood provisions among the citizens is going smoothly.
And it's all on House Mortal's tab, correct? Did you really have to go and arrange for all this by yourself, boss?
What are you getting at?
A lord so eager to...
I realize it's not especially dignified, but I would hardly be fulfilling my responsibilities if I were to let my people starve, now would I?
Well, I guess that indulgent side is another part of your ineffable charm.
I'm glad you feel that way, as I'll need you to work that much harder to compensate for it.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to show me a little taste of indulgence every now and then. Everything circles back to sweets for you, doesn't it, kid?
Hello, Father. Some letters have just arrived for you.
I see. Thank you.
The first one comes from Duke Kodlicek, and the second one is from Margrave Huberic.
Foyle, rejoice. It seems we're to receive a windfall. 20,000 silver coins.
That's amazing!
Oh, wow! Does that mean Lord Squall is officially engaged to Lady Petra, then?
Indeed. It appears they have decided to announce it privately, on the happy day that Lady Petra comes of age.
Then it was worth it spending all those hours on the matchmaking photo aids to produce a picture that the Margrave approved of.
He intends to send us an advance. We will soon receive 30 gold coins.
Why, how very generous of him. Maybe you can build yourself a grand estate. What do you say?
Don't be a fool. The gold coins are to help arrange for Lady Petra's security.
They are?
Bring her coming-of-age announcement in the capital.
Smart man. There are plenty of folks out there who would oppose the idea of a marriage between those two houses. Utmost vigilance is a must.
True. I don't suppose the neighboring territory they're feuding with will be too happy.
It's a good thing they're keeping the engagement secret until then. Let's just hope it stays a secret.
The church knows, right?
But a large enough bribe has been known to loosen even their tongues.
Everyone knows that they're officially neutral. That's why they're able to collect all kinds of information that's supposed to be secret.
Ah, jeez. What a massive pain in the neck.
I can protect Lady Petra herself well enough, since she will be under my watch while we teleport.
It won't be easy. Looking after Lady Petra while...
Could potentially teleport Lady Petra alone to the capital to account for this danger, so long as we could have security ready for her arrival.
I suppose that's what all the gold is for, huh?
It would be easy enough to recruit aid in the capital. Yet decidedly harder to prevent unsavory characters from infiltrating.
Fair point.
It's not worth the hassle.
We have no choice. It's my lordly responsibility to secure the purity of the fief of Moortown. I will gladly accept this challenge.
That's right. And it's not just for the fief of Moortown. We have to succeed to make my dream of a land of sweets a reality. Failure is not an option for this all-important mission. But what about the risk of the church leaking information? That's to keep Lady Petra safe from harm.
Where's that?
A place with no windows and only one entrance. And it's surrounded by thick walls on every side.
The true sanctification ritual chamber.
Well, LP, that's an incredible idea.
She'll be going to the capital for her coming-of-age announcement anyway. It's expected that she'll undergo the sanctification ceremony.
Locked away safely until the engagement is announced.
Locking her away sounds a bit too dramatic, though. We're just keeping her safe from outsiders who seek to do her harm.
It might just work.
Agreed. It's the best choice we have.
All right. And since we won't be hiring mercenaries, that means those 30 gold coins are all ours.
One last thing. I have a bill here for materials purchased from the traveling merchant.
Fast.
Yes? Did you need something else, Father dearest?
Would you care to explain why you're presenting me with this bill for a crate of bunkas and a barrel of sugar?
The kid's addicted to sweets.
Did you frivolously spend all this money without so much as consulting me on the expenditure? Don't you dare officially over!
Thank you for coming today. It's nice to see you, Lord Casserole.
We're honored that you saw fit to meet us in person, Lord Huberic.
Ah,
I see you brought your son with you.
You may end up waiting for quite a long time before the announcement. Talking to someone closer to her own age might help stave off boredom. I shall keep it to myself that my 9-year-old son is an integral part of the plan.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Your impressive magic is why we are blessed with this marriage. You have my gratitude, truly.
I am honored by your work.
Hello, Lord Mortown. Thank you so much for accompanying me on this journey.
Lady Petra, I don't believe you have ever looked lovelier than you do today.
Hi, such flattering words.
Lady Petra, it pleases me to see you smile so.
Speaking of smiling, I must thank you for the cookies that you recently gifted me.
Occasion.
How grand! I've been dreaming of them ever since my last bite. They were utterly delicious.
Really? When I was mixing the flour, I added a dash of...
Pace, we're in a hurry.
Right. I got carried away. Lady Licorice, it's nice to see you.
Yes. Nico, please try to be a bit friendlier. I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. I'm sorry, Lord Pastry. I truly hope she hasn't upset you too much.
It's fine. Don't fret about it.
Let's get moving.
Can you make other things besides cookies?
Of course I can. Here's the plan. We'll enter the church within the Margravete's borders under the pretense of receiving the true sanctification ritual. From there, we'll secretly teleport to the church in the capital. Lady Petra will hide safely in the chamber until it's time for the announcement. Meanwhile, we'll all stand guard outside. That's the idea anyway.
My precious daughter are already making their move. It's up to you, Casserole. I leave her in your hands.
Right. There is no need for concern as my men are already making preparations in the capital. I swear that I will protect your daughter at all costs.
At last, we've arrived. It is time, milady.
Coming!
They're here.
Find the carrot!
Stop them!
Stay away!
Dastards! Train for 200 more years and then try again! Retreat!
I shall reduce their training to 100 years.
That won't work either.
Lord Casserole, Lord Pastry, job well done. I'm forever grateful to you for protecting the lives of my sweet daughters.
Of course. Now, let's hurry inside.
Yes.
Come, let's go.
Right. This is my first time in the basement here. We're going quite deep underground, aren't we? My poor sister.
You need not worry. You need not worry. We won't let anything happen to you. Now, watch your step and follow me.
Lord Pastry's such a curious boy. Even though I'm a bit older than him, he somehow makes me feel like a lot, but then really, he doesn't even seem interested in comparing me to her. What a flaky coward I've been. I wasted the whole day sulking, thinking my sister was being chosen as a bride because she's prettier than me. I guess I felt like some sort of an afterthought. I'm embarrassed that I was so curt with Lord Pastry earlier as well. Yet, he was... Oh, is the ceremony here?
No. We'll use Father's teleportation to fly to the capital together. And the ceremony will take place after we arrive.
The royal capital?
We'll be with you, so no need to worry.
Sure.
Please Please grab a hold of each other's hands now. We'll want to form a single chain together.
And I'm to be included? It feels rather presumptuous.
Of course.
Lady Licorice, it's safe to open your eyes now. Everyone, we're here!
Revive the House Armire. I've been given a rare opportunity to confound those vile Kazacheks. This may be my only chance to supplant them. We'll do anything so long as your money's good.
So, who do we need to kill?
Please don't kill anyone. I just want you to bring a certain woman to me.
Go on.
You'll be rewarded 10 gold pieces.
I don't believe you're enough of a fool to have us kidnap someone you just happened to fall in love with. Is the target an aristocrat?
Yes, it is a daughter of House Huberic.
So, Margrave Huberic, huh?
Bring me Petra Miel Huberic. Rumor is she's soon to be engaged to someone from Duke Kadlachek. Be sure not to screw this one up.
Just who the hell do you think we are?
You filthy street muds.
Boss, are you sure you want to take this job? It seems so obvious. He's doing all this in order to earn his noble station back. Rhyme for him?
I'd say his plan likely has two main objectives. First is to disgrace House Kadlachek through humiliation. Imagine the shame that will bear down on the leader of the Central Army if he lets his own grandson's bride be kidnapped. And the second one? He'll use the girl to restore his own reputation, and he'll rise up by marrying the very girl he kidnapped.
Oh man, he's such a creep.
A kidnapped lady being married to the hero who saved her from the clutches of her captors. That is one heck of a happily ever after story, isn't it? And some friendly forces from nearby, I'm told. Very impressive indeed.
A poor knight's household such as ours could never hope to amass a security force of this size.
You didn't have to bring that up.
Sister, do you feel sick? Being engaged almost doesn't seem real. It's like I'm dreaming.
Kim.
Yes, I know. That was easy to tell from the portrait they showed me. He's very handsome. I am truly excited to meet him in person.
Oh, wow. Those matchmaking photos really do the trick. It eases people's fears, proving there's nothing more important than planning and prep work.
But Petra, the priest is waiting for you.
Right.
Stop daydreaming instead of working.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
How are things at Duke Kadlachek's estate?
We definitely weren't the only people there. Not sure how the cogs
A Margrave and a Duke will create a very powerful alliance.
Right. They likely want to curry favor while they can.
I've got Quantro on standby at the Duke's estate for now. He'll let us know if anything goes down.
Now then, Pace, I have an important mission I need you to do for me.
What is it?
It sounds as though Petra's sanctification ceremony won't be finished for a while yet. She looks rather tired to me.
I didn't even notice.
This is the perfect time to rise to the occasion if you really want to be a ladies' man, kid.
Lady Licorice? It must be hard to relax here with all the noise. We've prepared a separate room for you if you'd like to rest there.
Thanks.
Attaboy, Pace! But don't you dare do anything that'll make your lady cry, you hear me?
Lucky for her, I'm nothing like you, Foyil.
He'll thank me when he grows up.
Foyil, would you kindly not put any more weird ideas into my son's mind?
Hey, I'm just trying to give him a heads up.
The sanctification ceremony should be finishing soon. Kadlachek, it won't be long till I have my sweet revenge.
Staff Officer Vezin, sir.
I'm impressed by your dedication. Please do convey to His Grace. I'm grateful for this kindness.
moving out?
This is one step down, yes?
That's right, as well as Lady Licorice and the others. It's all going smoothly so far. However, even if they purged anyone suspicious in advance, there's still so many people here. We can't afford to let our guard down now.
I'm actually more worried about the kid myself.
Why is that?
A young man who's come of age and a married girl alone in a room like that. People will be...
You seem rather amused despite your claims of concern. Lady Licorice's sanctification ceremony will be beginning shortly. No need to stress. Besides, they've got a formidable chaperone with them.
So, might I ask why you've joined us? The one and only duty I have here is to protect Lady Licorice. I was certain you'd accompany Lady Petra to her, as to be expected from a noblewoman's personal attendant. She's wary of me, even though I'm still a child. She's determined to prevent anything undesirable from happening. Well, can I invite you to sit with us? I'd much prefer to stand. This is incredibly awkward. But surely you must wish to relax for a bit. Because, so sorry, I suppose I shouldn't worry.
Miss Kyra, you look scary.
It's to protect you, your ladyship. This is the opposite of relaxing.
Lord Pastry?
Hold on, did you hear something weird too?
What's that?
My lady! Oh no, Lady
What's going on? Where's my son?
He fell in with her.
Oh, wow. Look. There's a giant hole almost perfectly circular and too deep for us to make out the bottom. Only magic can create something like that in an instant. Who did this? Haze. Foyul, there's no time to waste. Go to House Kodlachek and tell the Margrave what's happened here.
But boss... When he gets an idea in his head, he never listens to anyone. This must be what they mean by like father, like son.
Where am I? We fell into that hole. Hey!
Finally awake, huh?
No, sir.
Ha! That's the right idea. All you gotta do is keep being a good boy. We'll release you before too long.
So you're saying we've been kidnapped then? Would you care to explain? Was he the one who made it? Miss Kyra was left behind when we fell through the floor. I'm sure Father and Foyil will get the story from her and take action swiftly. Now, what's the best thing for me to do until help arrives? Come to think of it, why did he kidnap me? I'm the heir to a poor knighthood not worth much.
Keep an eye on those two. They're how we get paid.
Done.
Don't get any foolish ideas about running away. If you try doing anything weird, I'm more than happy to kill you.
Okay, I have to protect her.
There's no sign of them. They must have already left. Days.
Are you awake? Do you understand the situation we're in right now?
I'm so sorry. I don't get it. Wait, they took us?
It's all right. I'm with you. Try not to worry.
But Lord Pastry, I wonder why. I feel like I can trust him. If he tells me not to worry, then I know I don't have to.
Playing tough, are we? You're so suave, I might fall for you.
In all likelihood, I have to act carefully. I need to gather a lot more information. Hey, you. What are you planning to do with us anyway?
Huh? We know exactly what we're gonna do with your girlfriend, but we just might have to kill you.
You do know you stand to get 200 gold coins if you spare my life, right?
200?
It's likely that someone else arranged the kidnap. The family! I'm worth a great deal of
Pastry.
You could be rich! Oh yeah! If the man who invited us here is also a noble, you might get even more money!
Really?
Yes! These types of negotiations between nobles are frequently solved with money.
How much gold? Wait, if you're making this...
A
behind this. If this is indeed a noble's mansion, from the ornamental construction they must be of a high rank. A duke, maybe. But given this state of disrepair, it hasn't been properly maintained in at least 10 years. Could it be a fallen noble? Someone who's been stripped of their title? Perhaps either the... When we were assigned to protect Lady Petra, we received a list of potential troublemakers. So who is on that list that fits these conditions? That's it! The former Duke Armire. That's the most I can figure out for now. Replicate.
I'm here to report that the Margrave has to prioritize Lady Petra's engagement reception above all else. He can't spare any of his men right now.
I see.
How awful.
I can tell how devoted she truly is to the Margrave. This must be very hard on her. She's quite strong.
Who could be behind this?
You must understand that your own son was kidnapped along with her ladyship, right? Aren't you concerned?
Of course he's worried. It would be more worrying if Lady Licorice were alone, but Pace is there with her. I'm sure he's already working on a plan. Pace.
That's the kid's ribbon! Does it have a clue on it?
They're being held captive at the Armire estate. The culprit is likely the former ducal house of Armire. Foyle, you'll go to the Duke's estate. We're going to need a lot of help. Round up all the men at once. I'll recruit as many off.
Don't you think it'd be a lot faster if you used your magic to send me to Duke Kodlachek's? I know how worried you must be about the kid, but just calm down a minute.
I'll send you right now! Do your best, Foyle.
I'm on it.
Chief?
Where's that stupid little girl?
Look out!
Out of my way!
Am I seeing something going on, boss?
That old bastard! He's saying we kidnapped the wrong sister and he won't pay us anything for this one! They're actually twin sisters! We just got word that the engagement's going off at the Duke's house without a hitch! We did all this for nothing!
Of course. They were actually after Lady Petra. Lady Licorice was taken by accident.
Aye, let's get rid of these brats.
No, please don't.
No hard feelings, my dear.
Please, someone, help.
That was a mistake. You should never take your eyes off the other person in the room. You.
Lord Pastry.
It's fine. I told you not to worry. Would you care to surrender?
Moron. We're just getting started.
Bad move. Cause this is checkmate. Bad move. Cause this is checkmate.
Cut his ropes and free himself, and defeated my lieutenant without warning.
What is this? We'll press ahead and rush the manor! Don't let any of those rats escape!
I'm frightened, Lord Pastry.
Help has just arrived. We'll be rescued soon enough.
This ain't good at all. The only option I have left is to get out of here as quickly as possible.
You really think I would let you get away that easily? Licorice!
Now, Glissage, sir!
I'm at a disadvantage. Using the hardest room to escape from as a holding cell for the captives is really working against me.
There's nowhere left for you to run now. Magic?
So long, kid!
Hey, wait!
Let us go, Pace. Don't bother.
Heard loud and clear, sir.
Good grief, son. If I'm being honest, you bring me a world of worry.
I'm sorry. Me too.
Lord Pastry.
Kid! Are you okay? Karlachek and House Huberic both sent their retainers to accompany us.
We're here to help you. Were you injured? Then we shall take our leave now.
So who's behind this mess?
We captured and arrested a man who calls himself Duke Luheingo Armeyer. He appeared to be attempting an escape through the back.
So then House Armeyer, eh? It was
Suspicion of secretly communicating with the enemy.
You must understand, Pace.
Sir,
The ill-conceived actions of a suzerain lord can completely alter the destiny of an entire family. Learn from his mistakes.
yes, sir.
Lord Mortel, His Grace is in his estate, awaiting details of your report. He requests your presence. Will you accompany us in this carriage?
For you can handle the report, friend.
But wait!
Well, since the opponent used magic to escape the room, we're the only ones who can go after him now.
Right. Let's get to it, Pace.
Sir,
Huh? Hang on a minute!
Based on what you know, where do you think that man could have gone?
when I approached the hole, I got a rather distinct feeling that there wasn't much power left in his spell's activation.
You're suggesting he didn't have very much magic remaining. Is that where you're going?
Even if he managed to dig a hole and escape, he probably wouldn't have had enough power left to go very far. We have our forces. So what would you do if you couldn't escape, but you still needed a way out in a pinch?
Make it seem as though you'd already escaped and bide your time. Then disappear at your leisure once the enemy withdraws. Or that's exactly how I'd do it. Like I'll have to kill the two of you if I want to get away from this place.
I'll be happy to settle things with this man by myself, Father.
Let's see if you can back that up.
We have yet to be introduced. My name is Pastry Meal Mortel. May I ask yours?
Ha! I threw away my family name long before you were even... Kid wants a one-on-one duel now, isn't it? He might be a bit crafty, but he's still an inexperienced child after all. If I play my cards right, I can take him hostage. This might be the way I can get myself out of this.
Nothing personal, Brad, but I've got to get out of here!
Not good. His form is perfect.
What the hell? You got me. What a dirty trick.
A little advice. In the heat of battle, you never take your eyes off of your weapon for any reason.
Well done. He's out cold.
Yes. Replicate.
I see now. You thought of something quite clever. Break his sword and then duel him one-on-one. You had me scared to death. You're a sneaky little rascal, aren't you?
I think I'd much prefer you call me clever instead. Am I ever going to have time to create my very own land of sweets? One month later, the official engagement party between Lord Squall and Lady Petra was held, bringing many people to the royal castle.
Quite an event for something that was so privately announced, isn't it?
Oh, Lord Mortel, there you are. I've been looking for both of you.
Why, hello there, Duke Karlachek. Congratulations on the engagement. I lack the words to express my gratitude for the invitation.
Complete nonsense. It is I who should be thanking you. How can I possibly repay you for being the reason we got through that trouble without kicking my granddaughter-in-law, Lady Licorice?
I did no more than my duty as a knight, Your Grace.
Lord Squall cuts a fine figure.
Oh, it's not obvious to you he's terrified? Not only is he uncomfortable with pageantry, he's also sitting next to his future bride with whom he fell madly in love at first sight.
Well, I think Lord Squall looks as if he's enjoying himself quite...
But if a man with your military accomplishments says he looks carefree, well then, perhaps I should reevaluate my grandson. Please allow me to thank you again, Lord Pastry.
I am all too grateful. Oh, by the way, Your Grace, I'd like to take the opportunity to confirm something regarding this event with you.
Oh?
It's namely, between the bandit's skill and his meticulousness in securing multiple strongholds, he seemed to be extremely well prepared. But despite all that planning, he still managed to make the fundamental and fatal mistake of kidnapping the wrong target. Which leads me to question whether this could have been the result of someone working behind the scenes who intentionally fed the kidnappers misleading information regarding Lady Petra in the royal capital? That doesn't seem likely. I can't shake the feeling that nothing about this seems to add up. However, I do have a theory. All of my confusion disappears if there was a third party with a completely different motive involved. Someone with their own objective.
A third party, you say?
Someone to leak the misleading information capital.
Oh? And who might that be, boy?
Well, who benefits the most from this incident in the first place?
Benefits?
This mastermind had clearly earned House Armire's ire, so it must be someone who gained power after their downfall. Furthermore, doesn't it seem likely that their real motive—
Up there! Are you suggesting that this someone you're referring to is me?
Not at all, Your Grace. It's really just something I thought up. I have a vivid imagination, and children do love their tall tales, as you know.
I regret thinking he was merely a whelp.
I apologize. And regarding an entirely separate matter. As you may already know, our fief is a land with few crops to harvest. I have a few measures I'd like to take, but I lack the proper groundwork.
So, gold?
Could offer some assistance.
You've got me thoroughly cornered now, tricky boy. Well then, what would you do if I couldn't offer any aid? Or if I refused?
In that case, I might suffer an errant slip of the tongue. It just so happens that the Margrave is here. Father and I were about to go pay. Small tale I told you.
I get it. I'll give in to all your demands. I shall agree to provide all the assistance you need.
You honor me, my lord.
You got the better of me. There's something I must say, but I'm just speaking to myself.
Huh?
While I'm talking to myself, please do ignore me. Oop. As for this abduction incident, I did give the orders to leak certain information that would encourage it. That said, I most certainly had no intention of putting my darling grandson's fiancée or her younger sister in any kind of danger. I fell into my own trap. I will confess that I arranged the entire affair, and no matter what excuse I might make my conduct, being warned is appreciated. However, to extort me in such a brazen way tells me you're an immensely cunning boy.
You are still speaking to yourself, right?
Well, yes, of course I was! Lord Mortel!
Margrave Huberic, we were coming to greet you.
This is quite the treat. Oh, and your son is here with you as well, dear boy. You've undergone your sanctification ceremony already, have you not?
I have? Is he thinking about a get-rich-quick scheme?
Well, a man of your caliber is sure to be popular. You might find yourself having many admirers in the near future. Of course, there is no such thing as being too early in life to settle down.
Right. I'm going to be thinking about that.
So if you did find someone suitable, would you consider settling down? Or you don't want a wife?
I'm afraid I haven't had the chance to meet the right person for me yet, sir.
Oh, what would you think about somebody like my daughter, then?
Oh, hell.
Oh. But she's not my only daughter who recently came of age. I'm talking about Licorice.
Lady Licorice, huh?
She wasn't opposed to the idea, and even seemed quite intrigued.
Well, wow. I am certainly honored, but surely I'm unworthy of someone of her status. Lady Licorice.
Someone suitable for you. However, you refuse my daughter. Is there something about her you don't care for?
What? No! This is bad.
He's really making him squirm.
No, that was absolutely not my intention!
So that must mean you would accept my dear daughter.
I certainly have no objection to saying that Lady Licorice is a truly wonderful young woman, but...
You're good with this as well, Lord Casserole?
He's all but threatening us into it. Our family would consider it quite an honor, your lordship.
That's great. The matter is settled. Let us assemble the household post.
Lord Pastry!
With my sister?
The heir to the fief of Mortel has just become engaged! Send the riders to all lands at once to spread the good news.
How wonderful! He's the one who rescued Lady Licorice, after all.
This is weird.
I feel like
There she is now!
that scent!
I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to personally thank you for being brave enough to rescue me the other day. Forgive me for not saying so earlier.
Was she always this cute and charming?
Succeeded in securing suitable companions for both of my beautiful and joyful daughters. The first one is Lord Squall Kadlicek. And the other one is the Lord Pastry Mortel.
Not only has House Kadlicek gained another beautiful daughter upon this most joyful day, but the son of the esteemed war hero.
Lord Pastry, we're to become brothers-in-law for the rest of our lives. This is a wonderful turn of events, isn't it?
It makes me happy as well. Oh, Lord Squee, elder sister.
Oh, it's a bit soon for that.
It all happened so quickly, it doesn't feel real yet.
Lord Pastry,
What is it?
I'm curious. Are you disappointed with me?
No, not at all. I'm quite happy it's you.
Oh, as am I. You've brought me such joy already. You're so sweet. Please take good care of me.
And you of me.
Sweet's based on what you gave us that one time.
What I gave you? Cookies for me? Was that the lovely aroma I smelled earlier?
Try them. Please do help yourself.
Of course. A beautiful golden brown. And I think she used high quality flour. Oh, I just know it'll be. This is extremely salty.
And so I had hoped they would be. I'm so relieved.
I'll protect her delicate, soft smile for the rest of my life. No matter what trouble comes our way, I'll fend it off. I'll keep her safe. May I have another?
Of course.
This world is nice and salty.
Agnes, please stay calm and hear me out.
My word, dear. You look so pale. Is something the matter? Oh, I can guess. You wasted money buying... All right, so what did you get me?
I'm so very sorry.
Tell me, dear.
Agnes, there's a new girl in my life. Please forgive me.
Oh. I suppose this sort of thing happens all the time, right?
Oh, it is rather shocking.
But I couldn't seem to resist such a strong will.
Oh, that's so. Tell me about this girl.
Of course, she's truly beautiful. With an impeccable pedigree.
Really? Then I assume she must be quite a charmer.
And she's a twin, too.
Have you gone insane?
Agnes, stop! Pace has no objection to it. And I think she's more than an acceptable fiancé for our dear son.
Wait, Pace what? He agreed to...
What did you think I was talking about?
I thought you were confessing to an affair.
Father, how is Mother taking it?
Another beautiful daughter. I can't wait to meet her.
Count Ritesh, your ladyship.
You're so loud. What could it be?
It's the heir to House Mortel. He's just become engaged. He's been matched with one of Margrave Hubrick's younger daughters.
How's that possible? That impoverished... That'll leave a blood-red stain.
I apologize for startling you.
Go on. Which of his daughters is it?
She's the fourth one, Licorice Meal Hubrick. Twin sister to Petra, who was recently engaged to a different noble, Duke Kadlicek's grandson Squall.
She's the one involved in the recent kidnapping.
Incident. At least that's the vulgar rumor people are spreading.
I see.
Do you suppose there's any possibility that the Hubricks intend to wait a few years until the memory of all this drama has faded away? And dissolve the engagement at that time?
I don't think that's the case.
Oh?
Hubrick must have another motive. Is it to set others at ease?
Kotlachek's house. The sway of House Hubrick grew significantly stronger.
Indeed. Binding their house to a minor one like Mortown is quite a strategic move.
Essentially making the case he has no further intentions of gaining power through marriage politics. Truly impressive.
It's exactly the kind of thing that shrewd man would think of. And there's one more thing. My own.
That could never happen.
But what if, when that wasteland was first granted to him 20 years ago, it was a trap to ensure young Lord Casserole's failure? I've heard it took them years to produce their first harvest. Though, in the past 3 years, they reduced their wheat yield and began to cultivate beans. The result? By using the abundance of beans. And who do you think was behind that bright idea? Could it not have been the suggestion of that silver-haired child?
Impossible! You know he's only 9 years old, right?
Yes, well, have you forgotten when they came here to negotiate compensation for the bandits? I was surprised to find that Lord Mortown was not the one conducting the negotiations. It was his child, and there's no room for doubt. That sly old fox has noticed the boy's potential. I've been outmaneuvered.
There we go.
All right, Lord Pace, that should be it.
Great, thank you for your help. The goods I asked for, I've been waiting for them to arrive. During their engagement party, I got them to promise to help our fief and give us the aid we need to grow. Oh. What is it? A bush. It's a black locust sapling, also known as pseudoacacia. Okay, so can we put this thing in a recipe? I'm afraid not. But wait, for what? These trees are really easy to grow, even in infertile soil. And they provide nectar. They do? And that's good? You see, their nectar plus some bees makes honey. Honey? The sweet stuff? It makes everything taste so good. Yes, the sweetest of stuff. It's been such an indispensable ingredient to the creation. Oh! We'll raise trees. We'll get that honey. Then we'll eat all the sweets. Yep, that's it. Hooray! Of course, there are some real challenges with raising them on our land. Oh, yeah? Oh, I bet I know. Soil and water, right? That's right. Brilliant deduction, Lumi. My grandfather taught me that. They're able to fully grow. How are we going to get them water, then? With the shifting of gears. I don't really know what that means. Is it something you can eat? Afraid not. It just means we have to change our approach. But there are sweets created from a shifting of gears as well. Huh? So, what should we change? Rather than instew. Okay, but what does that mean? We're gonna build a reservoir. A razzlebar, eh? Can we? You can't eat it. It's used to collect water. If it's big, it'll last us all year long. Even during the early spring when it's usually dry. And what's more, I chose this relatively underdeveloped land because it's the perfect—
8 silver coins. Our wheat trade is in the black by 14 silver and 5 copper. And if you account for the emergency aid we received, that's 4 3/8 gold profit. There's the end of last year's earning report. Congratulations! Our administration has succeeded in staying within budget and has even earned a full year profit. It was pretty touch and go when we first got here.
The past 20 years. It's had its ups and its downs, but it all paid off.
It sure has. And the boy's been a big help, hasn't he?
My dear son, what a gift. He must have been sent by God to answer my prayers.
I wasn't gonna take it quite that far.
Done so much for me, throughout everything. You, Cointreau, and Gossage stayed with me. I owe you all.
Oh, give me a break. I made the decision to stick with you a long time ago, so don't worry about it. Now, there are 2 remaining updates that I'm here to report. Which do you want to hear first? The good news or the bad?
Let me see.
What I figured you would say. You're gonna like this. We've gathered over 40 applicants who want to move into our new village, Les Millat.
Wow, 40 people.
Most of them are refugees from nearby. They were left with nowhere to go after their farms were ravaged by bandits.
If there are 40 of them, we'll want to speed up getting the village and newcomers been doing.
You mean the 5 men we hired with the money we got from handling the licorice kidnapping? Lesage is showing them the ropes.
That's good. So long as having more people means the land will grow more prosperous, I won't complain. So, what is the bad news about?
So this is a big one. Someone sent a report that he was headed all the way out to land a yacht with just his 2 friends in tow.
That little mischief maker! Why can't he sit still for a single minute? Foil, we're going!
I'm ready when you are.
Let's do this. Time to excavate! Amazing. I can't believe I was able to secretly replicate Strudel's magic so perfectly! That was so crazy, Pace!
Magic, right? What kind?
Pace? Are you...
It worked! This is great! And this spell's way more useful than I... Right now! It will work! It will work! It will work!
Did he crack? Our next suzerain lord has gone bad.
Now then, let's move on to the next one! Excavate! 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 Excavate!
Should about do it.
I can't believe it!
I'm impressed. He did all of this? And it's so solid. The ground's packed down really hard.
Because it's a reservoir. Here's what I think. We should go ahead and plant the trees all around it. It shouldn't be too long before it rains again. And that'll fill this up. It'll all work together in harmony.
What a dream come true. I could use that excavation spell to propel me right into my beloved land of sweets. It's perfect.
No, don't think like that. When you bake desserts, proper process and time is of greatest importance.
Pace, wake up. Oh, I could be wrong. Leave me. My closed eyes are invisible.
No way.
I'm really enjoying myself. Why would I wanna...
What have you been doing to my village, Pace?
Why? Hello there, Father!
What is this?
I thought I heard the sound of a massive land.
They may have overdone things just a bit.
A bit? Pastry? Really? What do I do with such a fool of a son?
That hurt bad! Why'd you have to hit us too?
Your ladyship, Efoil, I certainly hope you're not still worrying yourself over House Mortel's political connections. Surely it can't be personal. Are you really that concerned over the Mortel heir?
No, that's not it. If I had a daughter, I might have made the same decision that old fox did.
I'm sorry.
Why in the world would those 2 Easterners join forces and start meddling in the affairs of the South? It's just rude! If they're so interested in my business, they should come talk to me about it! It's gone lukewarm.
It's starting to sound as though you would prefer to marry the boy yourself. Forgive me, your ladyship. I spoke in jest.
If I were... There must be some way I can take him under my wing.
Of course. Shall I refresh your tea now?
You've just given me a brilliant idea.
Truly a most excellent irrigation channel. Lord Pace created 3 giant ponds for us. I've never seen such a thing.
It's so amazing! He made all 3 of them in less than a month.
How though? Wouldn't it take at least a month just to make one?
How crafty! Water without wells? By using a reservoir for irrigation channels? I never would have thought of such a thing.
What do you think?
It's looking great. I'm impressed.
I'm so glad. We got all the saplings planted too.
And once we start collecting honey, we'll make lots of sweets.
Then dig out. That's right. We'll feast.
Pace!
Oh, hi, Josie.
A letter just arrived. It's the Therese brought it by.
I had offered to bring it, but Josie really wanted to.
There's a chance it's a message from your cute fiance. Isn't it my job as your sister to keep you in line?
Hang on. And what do you mean by that? Wow, this is...
From your fiancé, after all.
It's from an invitation to a tea tasting ceremony. I hope you'll grace us with your presence.
And your most esteemed opinion on our newest teas. I eagerly await your reply.
She asked for me specifically. She's definitely up to something.
What's that?
Here, these stacks never stop piling up.
That's enough complaining.
I thought, might be sweet out in the sticks.
Look, I can relate, okay? We're all busy as hell, all the time, and we have that little devil to think.
You misunderstand, Foyel.
Kiddo?
Everything that happens in Mortel happens only with the third who's got you all so busy.
Right, and why don't you remind me who exactly went over that suzerain lord's head to dig a reservoir, huh?
As the Liege Lord's successor, I was acting on his behalf.
You know, you've got a real smart mouth on you, kid.
Wow, thank you.
It wasn't a compliment! If you got complaints, direct them at this guy right here! Go on now! Really lay into him!
Sure, I'll keep...
To fly off for business at the royal capital. Guess he's still not back yet.
Oh, too bad.
Something you need to talk to him about, kid?
I guess. I got this invitation. Count Ritesh has asked me to attend a tea ceremony.
Just you specifically?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's plotting something.
That seems very
I heard it in the capital. And not from Count Ritesh before you ask.
What could she be up to now? I don't know. Does she want revenge for how I handled the bandit compensation discussion?
Well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I've brought an important guest with me today.
Who's here?
Hello, Lord Pastry. Oops. I beg your pardon. It's just Pastry. I wanted to see you again.
It's you, my lady. I'm happy to see you as well.
A surprise visit from your lovely fiancé? Lucky you.
Not merely a visit.
Please forgive me. There's a good reason.
You're going to be living here? Drop everything! There's huge news! Why are you so worked up, Lumi? Because Pace's fiancé just got here! Did you say Pace's fiancé? Yeah, Dad already told me. He said she's gonna be staying here for a while. What? If you knew, then why didn't you tell me that his fiancé is supposedly a sexy older woman with fur?
Right as you're taking me, Pastry?
A very special place.
Sounds intriguing.
Welcome to my workshop of dreams.
Oh, wow!
My lord, the capital was to strengthen the trust of the Duke's family. But why did you send Lady Licorice to the fief of Mortellon?
I can't stand thinking that sly woman is hatching schemes behind my back as our house's fortune rises.
I assume you're referring to Count Ritesh.
Yes. It's obvious enough that she has designs on my future son-in-law, is it not?
It foretells potential.
And all of a sudden she decides to invite him to a tea-tasting ceremony? It's so transparent.
I see now. With Lady Licorice staying at the Mortellon estate, it wouldn't be unusual for her to accompany him to the party.
Even for that vixen, it would prove difficult to dote on Lord Pastry too much with his fiancée right there at his side. Were my daughters out of harm's way?
Are you worried about our neighbor Luterut?
I sincerely doubt they'll take news of the engagement between the ducal house and ours lying down.
Amazing! I've never seen such an enormous kitchen before. Pastry, may I ask what you're doing down there?
I'll be making samples of something I'd like to bring to the tea tasting, something new.
That's a lot of sugar. Those are bonkas, aren't they? And is that honey too?
They're all precious commodities here in Mortel. You can't get bonkas anywhere but the royal capital, you know? But they're not cheap either. I had to give up all mine out when it's done.
It smells so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, being in a room with such a sweet aroma is so intoxicating. I feel faint. So then,
actually the trickiest part.
Wow.
Voila! Pastry called hard candies.
How lovely. They're like pieces of stained glass.
Of course, all the charm is in the finishing touches.
A kitty!
You got it!
So cute.
And now?
A dog?
That's it!
Some sort of bird?
That's really not a bad guess. Obviously, she wouldn't recognize a plane. Okay, I'll try this one out now.
Is that a flower?
That's right. It's supposed to be a peony. The trick is to shape them after they've cooled down just enough to Hartle to get the timing just right.
How peculiar. I've seen how he looks in a lot of different situations, but I've never seen him make that face before. He looks so gentle and playful, yet also so confident and in control. He's truly giving his all to his sweets.
Is something wrong?
No, not at all. It feels like such a shame to eat them, doesn't it?
It would be a shame not to.
Huh?
You have to eat them. That's exactly what candy is for.
I suppose that's true, but they're so pretty. I want to display them so I can admire them.
You're being silly with her and show her he likes her.
Look at how far away from her he's standing. Come on, Pastry, at least put an arm around her.
Lady Agnes, Lady Josephine, we gotta be quiet. Pace is going to hear you. Hey, cut it out already. There! That's what I mean!
At least grab a hold of her hand, Pastry.
It's getting on my nerves.
Oh man, you just know he's making some bunkas. Hold on, watch this. I'm coating them with the candy I made.
They're beautiful too.
That was a perfect moment to say, not 1/10 as beautiful as you.
Would you like to try one?
Are you sure?
Of course. They say that people originally coated...
They're so good.
Once you get used to the candy, try a bite of the bonka.
Yummy.
The secret to the perfect candy bonka lies in the harmony between the tartness of the bonka and the sweetness of the candy.
Wow.
Though simple, that delicate balance is the reason the...
Too. How mystifying.
Now then.
Ow, that hurt. Oh, what are you doing here?
Shouldn't I be the one asking why you're all gathered at the door?
What? Oh, I'm just...
You too, Mother?
I have business to attend to.
We...
Hey, Lady Josephine, wait! Eavesdropping's a bad habit. We were framed. Damn it! This is why you can't ever trust grown-ups! I was thinking of having you try the candied bonkas, but... Can we eat them? Heck yeah! Huh? As punishment for snooping, you two will just have to wait. Huh?
I hope it'll be all right.
Huh? What's this now?
Well, it's about Pace's bodyguard. I don't think a newbie like Nicolo can really handle a job like that.
Count Ratesh's tea-tasting parties are known to draw young, marriageable nobles from all over the south. They're essentially a social gathering for matchmaking.
Going with...
True, but I know my son can handle himself. I'm much more worried about Lady Licorice.
Of course, Kyra will be accompanying her. But I can't say she seems comfortable with social situations. I hope that Vixen doesn't try to embarrass her.
I'm counting on you, Pace.
Look at all these people, and the decorations in the Great Hall. This is even more impressive than the Royal Capitol.
Oh, wow. This is quite an impressive room.
Rateshville Castle is famous for being one of the most prominent castles of the South. All the locals refer to it as Pirate Castle, being that it is settled so close to the ocean.
Look at all these chandeliers. How many casks of sugar could I buy with the money spent on just one of them? Huh? Oh, it's nothing.
Lord Pastry, would you please keep in mind that you are the lady's escort? Your attention should be focused on her.
Right? Forgive me. I'm so sorry, Licorice.
That's kind of weird.
I didn't expect her to put it on full display. It almost feels intentional.
Well, well. If it isn't the Lord Pastry Mortel, we are so pleased you could join us today.
and I was greatly honored to receive an invitation to today's event.
Of course. Her Excellency asked me to ensure you are treated with only the utmost well.
They think I'm a troublemaker. Right, let's keep up the pretense for just a bit longer then.
Most agreed.
Oh well, this is my big chance to promote the Fief of Mortown special wares anyway. I'd like to introduce you to my lovely fiancée, Lady Licorice Mule Huberek.
Ah,
She's never attended a gathering of Southern nobles, so I asked her.
I am Corton Engels, and the pleasure is mine.
Attention all, I wish to make an introduction. Invited here by our house, this is Lord Pastry Neil Mortel and his fiancée, Lady Licorice.
Now's my big chance. I'm Pastry Neil Mortel. Despite my tender age, I hope that everyone here will welcome me with open arms. Special for everybody to try. I thought they'd go well with the tea.
Are they artisanal goods?
It's called hard candy.
Candy? So it's something we can eat?
By all means, help yourselves.
Wow, it's so good!
It just melts in your mouth. Try one, Sir Koton.
You don't have to twist my arm. My word! I'm being swept away by a flood of sweetness, and what's this deep, rich flavor lurking its fuel and depth? The sweet, gentle aromas filling me with pure joy. It goes well with the tea.
Expect you to be such a poet, though.
It brings out the flavor of the tea perfectly.
We made a number of samples to send with all of you. Now that we've all met and become friends today, if you'd like, I can easily send some more to you by way of traveling merchants.
You would do that?
And at no cost, of course, seeing how they're my gift to you.
You want to gift them to us?
Yes, even if it's just for the merchants in question.
A tax exemption?
Sugary goods are taxed very highly, as you must know. And if we consider the small quantities and high frequency of these hypothetical shipments, it would place an undue burden on the merchants.
Well, it would seem a bit odd to apply taxes to a gift, especially in this situation. Good point.
What about it, Lord Pastry? Thank you for coming to my tea tasting party.
Oh, Your Excellency. I was honored to be invited.
And this vision must be your lovely fiancé.
It is truly a pleasure to meet you.
I'd love to continue discussing what you were proposing just now. I'm sure you understand that I prefer that any and all shall we speak in private.
I'd love to.
Perfect. Would the lady care to wait for us here in the meantime, then?
Huh?
It's concerning negotiations between my household and House Moortown, after all. Now, Koatan, I trust that you will see to it that our guests are happy?
Yes.
I should be back. Everything will be just fine. Please look after Licorice for me.
Will do, Pace.
She's in good hands here. This is a very intimidating room.
I am the leader of the County of Ritesh, after all.
Do you feel I mean to bring you harm, your lady?
It doesn't amount to much when your opponent can use magic, though. Also, I am a weak and delicate woman. Surely it's important that I be as cautious as I can be.
She doesn't look weak and delicate.
Back to our previous discussion. I have no patience for silly games, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Which is...
I can't talk my way around her. First, why don't you try one of these?
Is that a cow?
Taste it. And what do you think?
A sophisticated flavor. Sweet, but not overly so. Because of my position, I've tried many desserts, but this translucent candy truly merits
your hands.
And this distinct flavor. Honey, right?
Very impressive. You have a most exquisite palate. It's made from water, sugar, and honey. That's it.
Surprisingly simple.
In the future, I would like my family to be able to produce all the ingredients within our own fief.
All of the ingredients? You're saying the Fief of Moortown is trying to produce honey
in the next 3 years?
That's impossible for a barren land to do. No. Knowing him, he could pull such a thing off.
Accordingly, since your ladyship has access to a harbor, I hope to get your support with distribution. Though I admit I used a roundabout approach to get there.
So that's why you were putting on a show and going on about sugar taxes. What his end goal could be. He has his gaze fixed on something greater in the future. But what is he seeing that I don't? Fine then. I'll agree to give you the aid that you're seeking, but only with regard to these delicious candies you made.
Thank you so very much!
That sweet, sweet future of yours. I should put it in my own pocket, huh? By the
We
way,
can talk about at the party.
Really?
He'll certainly come away with many new admirers. He's quite charming and the son of a war hero. Lord Pastry hasn't had much opportunity to branch out. I'm sure he'll foster quite a few new relationships from this occasion. To be young.
Wait, that means Pastry would be with a girl besides me?
Well, I'll...
my lady Licorice, you mustn't listen to them.
And that wonderful smile.
She's right. Pay no attention to them.
Did you hear? Lord Pastry's fiancée is quite a catch. She's one of Margrave Hubert's young daughters. That prestigious family in the East.
Please don't go.
I'm not very comfortable in situation. I really want to leave the party.
Would you like me to get you something to drink?
No! I want to leave!
A pleasure doing business with you.
Indeed, it is.
Count Ritesh knows everyone, and her mercantile connections are the greatest in the South. Having her backing is more than I could hope for. I'm one step closer to mass-producing hard candy.
And that's during the kidnapping?
Yes. You know, I hope she's all right.
I'm sure she fell for you, seeing how strong and brave you are.
I'm not certain it was
And
quite
I'll
like...
admit she seems to be a fine match for the next Lord of Moortown.
There's not a man alive who would complain about having a chance to marry a woman like Licorice. She's quite a lovely person indeed.
You love her, don't you?
But this is hardly the time or place to...
Just admit you love her right now.
Pardon me? Oh, thanks.
I won't let you go anywhere until you confess your true feelings for her.
Isn't this inappropriate? Hello? Licorice, wait!
Lord Pastry, tell me, what in heaven's name did we just walk in on?
I promise I'll explain later. Right now I need to see my fiancé.
My, this party has certainly grown lively.
Licorice!
I'm sorry. Pastry. I'm so sorry.
Listen, that was a part of Count Ritesh's scheme. I promise you she only sees me as a 9-year-old boy. It was all...
It's more than just that, Count. Some of the ladies here seem quite taken with you. And when I heard the way they spoke about you, I couldn't help but imagine the most awful things.
What awful things?
I thought, perhaps if some other lady were to profess her fondness for you, then you might, maybe... My sister Petra. She isn't like me. She's so cheerful and charming and can talk to anyone. She's bold and bright and instantly wins everybody over, while I just shrink away from them all. Why can't I be more like her?
More like Lady Petra. The differences between you two are part of what makes you the person you are. And Licorice, I like the person you are. And as time goes on, I'm sure that I'll like the person you become too. I mean it. So please, will you Then could I have a moment?
Huh?
You can wait here. I won't be long. Trust me. No matter what. Thank you, Licorice. I apologize for the wait.
Not at all. Is this like the one from before?
Yes, mostly, but different in a few important ways.
Huh?
I made this one special just for you. It's one of a kind and perfectly fresh. Would you do me the honor of accepting it? Don't much to me. Because I made it for you, and nobody else.
The aroma of the fruit and pastry and I have shared. A taste of the happiness that he's given me. A flavor that nobody knows. Nobody in the world. Except the two of us. I promise these aren't tears of sadness. Please forgive me for being so overcome.
Maybe this will sound strange, but when I first learned about these sugar-coated bonkas, we called them candied apples.
Candy apples?
Yes, but they have other names too.
There are even more?
Yes, several. It's a very simple treat to make. So simple that it can be made almost anywhere. Wherever you go, you'll find a different candy apple under it, but my favorite name of them all is this. The apple of love. My feelings for you are unwavering, and I've poured every bit of them into making this treat for you. So, Licorice, please. I want nothing more than to make you happy. To see your smile. That smile matters more to me than anything. Okay?
Delicious.
Glad you like it.
Thank you, pastry, for everything.
And I came this close to losing it. My dream is to create a land of sweets and bring smiles to the faces of everyone in this world. But if I can't make the people closest to me smile, that dream will never come true. Together, Licorice and I will create a land of...
Was some smooth talk, young master.
Piccolo, and how long have you been watching?
Well, That's right, I saw you popping with the apple of love in your hand. Woo! As if the rumors weren't bad enough already. I'm your daughters, ladies and gentlemen. The young gigolo of Moortown is loose.
Is he now? Piccolo? This can't... Town, you're getting double your workload from before!
Okay, your point is well taken, young master. I'll be good, I promise. Of course, you're not serious about doubling my workload, are you?
Oh, really? You found that hard to take seriously, did you? Then what if I told you I was tripling it?
Oh, please forgive me, my young master. On my life, I won't breathe a word of this to your father, so please have some mercy.
Glad to see you're back in good shape, staring a hole into me. Peace, dearest. Welcome home, my darling. I'm happy to see you as well, Mother. And a little faint. Did you have fun at the tea tasting?
Mission complete. Well done, everyone.
Please let go, Mother. I thank you again for your hospitality.
Welcome home, my dear.
Is there...
Hayes zapped himself back to the kitchen this afternoon. He immediately busied himself doing something or another. And I couldn't help but wonder if the mess he left behind was for your sake.
Oh, crap!
Hayes, Ackley, my dear sweet boy.
Please be gentle.
Oh, man. The mistress might even be more intimidating than Lord Casserole.
I am exhausted.
I can see you need some time to recover. Want some bean tea?
That would be lovely.
Bottoms up.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Huh? What is all this about?
Oh, those are leftover wrapper time quicker.
Well, that answers one question, but... What is this picture?
It's exactly what it looks like.
Huh? And this is what you wrapped your candy with? What the heck are you getting at, kiddo?
The cat was horribly impolite to Licorice and me today, Foil. And kids are petty. Why the nerve of that wretched sent candy to every noble house in the country with that picture wrapped around it? And now, rumors are taking root. He's got the entire peerage convinced that I'm looking for a child for him!
Yes, your ladyship. I had figured as much by the flood of letters from not yet eligible suitors that began after the tea tasting. Like this one here, 8 years old. And this one is 10. My lord, there have been some stirrings from Margrave Luderud's domain.
Yes. As we expected, he plans to make his move before summer.
He seems to have realized that the union between our house and Duke Kodlachek's would strengthen our army, and he's decided to invade before the pact is sealed.
So his recent aggression has been building to...
The rivalry between you two must be taking its toll. He means to end it here.
How big of a force are we facing?
By all reports, about 30,000.
30,000.
Though it pains me to say this, at present, that's more than we could withstand.
Send a messenger to Duke Kodlachek in the royal capital at once. I'll write to request reinforcements.
Sir?
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks.
Hey kid, what exactly is that weird little chant?
Just a rhyme to help keep me from losing count. If we total up the profits from the hard candy and the matchmaking pictures, as of now, we're at 384 coins.
Not bad.
Look for gold. Can go into my savings.
That's a good bit of money, especially for someone as young as you.
Well, I spent a good bit of time on the sweets, so I'd say it's only fair.
Sure, and you earned us a tidy profit anyway. I guess the boss wouldn't complain. So, sticking to the original plan?
Right. So I'll need you to put in an order with the traveling mercs. We bid for 100, then let him talk us down to 70 or 80 at a lower price per head to make up for the shortfall.
Boy, you play dirty.
Come to think of it, see if you can get them to throw in a few donkeys on top to sweeten the deal.
If you ever want to do business with them again, then we probably shouldn't bleed them dry.
Imagine if we could produce goat's milk and cheese ourselves. You can't beat goat's milk for making sweets.
You know, we tried doing that before, back when we were first getting the thief established.
Father told me about that. Goats will eat anything, so they're not very hard to raise.
Exactly. But that could be a double-edged sword. When your father was given this land, hardly anything would grow on it. And the little bit that did went right to the goats. In the end, we left...
Livestock, bringing us closer to my land of sweets.
Then, if we're raising goats and donkeys from now on, do we eat the chickens to make room?
Don't even joke about that.
What?
We don't eat chickens. They're way too important. If anything, we need more chickens, not less. Cakes, cookies, custards, meringue, eggs are the foundation of so many recipes.
But if that's how we're approaching this, we need to fix our lack of manpower.
Yes, that'll be an issue. I'm gonna need a moment to mull it over. How about we take a break? Foyo, could I get you to taste this for me real quick?
And what is it you're feeding me?
This is...
It looks like a big sticky mess waiting to happen.
I tried to boil off some of the liquid and make it more like a syrup, but it didn't work very well. Even so, it shouldn't have changed the flavor much.
The heck? This stuff is almost too sweet.
We're one step closer to making our own sugar.
Oh, yeah?
Once I've got the formula, Mortel will be on its way to desserts
You
as
can
I
use it to
can.
make more sweets, right? But don't use your magic to do it, or else the boss might smite you again.
Oh, I learned that lesson, trust me.
Hello, everyone. What are you doing?
All right, the press is ready. Here, I'll show you. First, we load up the cask with sorghum stalks. Then we press down on the lid and squeeze the sweet juice out of them. Hey! It's too tall!
Or maybe you're just too short, Mark.
Oops. Taller than you. Let's do this. Lumi, try to go slow so it doesn't break.
How can you be that cute and still wave his
I'm really trying to pick a fight with me while I'm up here on your shoulders.
Don't fight, you guys. Just keep pulling down as slow as you can.
Seriously, why are you so happy? Please be careful! Are you two alright?
You didn't hurt yourselves, did you?
I'm fine. Except for my pride. Thanks a lot, Mark.
I guess I should have realized it wouldn't be that easy, shouldn't I? In theory, this design could have worked. But with these materials...
Work better, but...
If you have an idea, I'd love to hear it. After all, the whole point of a prototype is to figure out what you can improve. And just like confectionery, even the ideas that don't work out still get you a step closer to the ones that do. If you want to create something great, trial and error are always important. You can't make 1,000 sweet treats.
I'm sorry I don't have the detailed plans to share with you, but I do know that when they're making wine back home in Huberich, they press the grapes with a machine not that different from the one you built. One difference is, I think the men turn the lever rather than pull it down.
I see. Yeah, that could be perfect. Okay, so the tool we need from scratch. Thank you, Licorice.
Not at all.
So what happened to all that crap you were saying about trial and error being an important part of making something great?
I fell on my face trying to help you build this thing and you're scrapping the whole idea?
If it makes you feel any better, I still need a taste tester. Then all is forgiven. You're way too easy.
Wine presses.
Sorry, but would you guys mind cleaning up for me here? Yeah, we're on it!
He's enjoying this. It's such fun to see.
Sugar, goat's milk, cheese souffle, cake flour yogurt, creme brulee, soft-boiled eggs, and... I'm so excited. How do I decide what dessert to make? Flan is always a good option. No, wait. Choux la creme. Yeah! Father, you're back already? How is Duke Kodlachek and Lord Squall? I hope they were well. Is something wrong? Serious?
It seems a war has broken out in the east. The border conflict between Huberic's lands and their neighbor Luterud has finally boiled over.
A war?
What my dear son is doing?
He's working on some kind of treat. I don't quite understand, but it clearly involves whipping egg whites.
The boy has been at it all day.
Not a bad strategy for pumping up those tiny biceps.
I'm afraid not, gents. Impressive, yes? They're still so slender and delicate. By design! Repetitive tasks like whipping eggs result in something special, known as STMF.
Something make foul?
It stands for slow twitch muscle fibers. By intentionally subjecting my arms to such prolonged low-burden exercise, I develop light yet firm arms that aren't hampered by bulging muscles. No, it's diet.
The majority of my calories and sweets come from complex carbohydrates and tasty fats. They all have little to no protein to speak of.
My muscles don't stand a chance.
I order you to eat real food from now on! Got it? It seems a war has broken out in the east. The border conflict between Huberic's lands and their neighbor
I come bearing news. There has not been so much as a whisper of reinforcements from the Duke's estate in the royal capital.
Just as expected. The moment they heard the false rumor that our army was 30,000 strong, Huberic would have no choice but to request aid from Kodlachek. The fact that it hasn't materialized means one of two things.
Perhaps the Duke turned him down.
Once he became aware that we only have 10,000 soldiers, he'd have chosen to handle us himself in a sorry attempt to save face. He'll wish to avoid large-scale participation by the ducal house.
A withdrawal? I doubt the Duke would appreciate that. It's safe to assume it was a source of conflict.
Wait and see, Huberic. I will be the one to settle this grudge.
Regarding the Huberic daughter's fiancé, it seems he is currently stationed in the Margravate.
Oh, the Duke's precious grandson.
Hello, Pace. Is there something troubling you?
I'm fine, just fine.
Be honest. The war is weighing heavily on your mind, is it not? I hear there's conflict breaking out between my homeland and its neighboring territory. I believe we share the same sentiment. That war is no more than a foolish waste of life. It's not Instead of waging war upon one another, they could spend their days making delicious sweets. If they could lose themselves in it the way that you do. Imagine they could share the finished desserts with a big smile and open heart. Then war would become a thing of the past, and everyone in the world would be so happy and joyful all the time.
You're so wise. Sweets really do make everyone happy. Behind every smile is a sweet. The road to everlasting peace is paved with sweets. It's the only way.
Right.
Almost forgot. Today's the day the merchant is finally going to deliver my goats.
Your goats?
But
from cheese? I can't wait to try it.
You shall. Go ahead and set your hopes high.
Done.
What do you mean someone swiped my goats? Explain this at once.
Well, actually...
Actually, to be more precise, before I could bring them here, another noble insisted on purchasing them. There was nothing I could do.
That's basic.
I believe that's what young Pace is getting at.
I'm so sorry. I tried to explain that they already had a buyer, I really did. But they said the circumstances were dire, and that they'd kill me if I didn't hand over every last goat. I had no choice but to comply.
Yes, we understand. And thank you for coming here in person to explain what transpired with the
Tell me,
goats.
who did you sell my for tormenting your noble families?
If only we had a familial connection to a powerful noble, that would surely help us with lodging a complaint.
Sadly, the engagement linking our family to House Huberic has yet to be formalized. We'd be ill-advised to ask the Margrave to intervene on our behalf. Furthermore, this slight is undoubtedly a civil war won't earn us much sympathy.
We'll just have to swallow our pride and pretend it never happened.
We've received news of the war but 3 days ago. I can scarcely believe that we are already suffering from the ramifications.
It must be a rather large-scale conflict, and all our territories are connected by trade. Even distant regions will be affected by it to some degree.
Is this some sort of test? I don't care if that plans must be purged from this world! We can't permit this tyranny to go unchecked! Mortel Pride demands swift and immediate retribution against all guilty parties!
What's wrong, kid? Calm down.
How can I be calm at a time like this? I'm going to march right up to the Baron Jerk and give him a piece of my mind!
Pace! You will calm yourself at once.
But father!
These lands are at war. Each fief will lines than our fief is, son. It's only natural that they would have a more pressing need for food than we do. Though what the Baron did was wrong, he did not steal those goats, he paid for them. I am sorry that you lost the chance to purchase them yourself, but the hard truth is that you alone were harmed by his actions, and you know it.
I realize that, but
Even if
still...
he demanded the goats back, he just used...
I do understand your frustration. All you can do now is accept reality.
But I really need those goats.
Once the conflict is settled, you'll be able to negotiate their return, although it won't be easy.
Cake from cheese? I can't wait to try it. Why must people go to war?
Where to get your pick of supplies, even smack in the middle of a war like this one.
Supplies, that's it! If we lend our strength to the cause's reinforcements, we'll be able to get priority selection of all wartime provisions.
Exactly right. Baron Loonsvaj is downright infamous for his miserly ways. I highly doubt he's offering much in the way of aid. Joining the reinforcements ourselves
And Licorice are blissfully engaged. We have a more than sufficient reason to side with Huberic in this conflict.
It's decided. Just watch, you filthy Baron Loonsvaj. Enjoy those goats. They'll soon be mine!
So Pace is the adjutant, and Lord Casserole is the commander?
We also have 8 new foot soldiers recruited from our villages. That brings our full number to 12.
Damn it, I wanted to go along too.
You would have been nothing but a burden on them, and you know it.
You dare?
We're also entrusted with an important job. We have to protect the fief while our lord is away.
Dad, I didn't know.
You know better than any of us that the boss and kid are always prepared for emergencies. Being ready for anything is just who they are.
No need to worry, dear Licorice. You'll see.
Right.
Forgive me, Licorice. It's selfish to go to the front lines like this. But I must do it for sweets. Or rather, for lots of delicious desserts.
Petra, darling. She's so cute.
You have the real me standing right before you, and yet here you are preoccupied with a silly picture.
No, you misunderstand. It's just that the real you is so utterly charming, I feel I must prepare. Petra really is so incredibly adorable.
Well met, my boy. A convincing fabrication you pulled from thin air. Color me impressed.
It wasn't a fabrication. I meant every word, truly.
Father, please, do not tease my poor Lord Squall like that.
Fine, I apologize.
Excuse his rudeness, Lord Squall.
And that Luderoot's main force is on the march.
They are.
Their number is just over 10,000.
10,000. Then the original report of 30,000 was falsified after all.
We should be able to handle them without calling for more reinforcements. Lord Squall, you heard the man.
Yes, sir.
So if I may, I'd like to have you handle our front line
Doing, and this is for the best.
Father.
My lord, I thank you for my first campaign. I'll go, and set out at once.
Good. Make me proud.
Yes, sir.
Please don't go.
Never fear. I swear I'll protect your father's lands at all costs.
to know that part of the advanced unit has already arrived near the border and formed rank.
Good work.
But Lord, our forces have started to show signs of fatigue. Meanwhile, the Hubrik army has been steadily growing their ranks all this time. If we're not careful, we'll be at a disadvantage.
Don't tell me you're fool enough to believe I would fail to account for any of those factors.
Of course not, my lord.
The real At this moment, Kadlachek's heir is stationed at House Hubrik. The whelp has never seen a real battle before. Hubrik likely wishes to grant him his first true campaign, but he knows full well he can't risk throwing a dignitary's grandson into jeopardy. However, if he expects an easy battle, it's the perfect opportunity for that first deployment. And if he manages to secure the boy a win, he'll finish off the brat. That poor girl will lose her beloved fiancé. Kadlachek will be furious and cut ties with the family. Hubrik will find himself isolated, and his attempts to expand his forces up in smoke. And while he's still reeling from his sad change in fortune, I'll unleash an all-out attack and crush him before reinforcements arrive. Even now.
I didn't expect my first deployment would arrive so suddenly.
I hope this keeps you safe.
I can't afford to lose. I must protect Petra.
And Lord Pastry with him.
We heard that you were under attack and have come to offer you our aid.
I'm truly grateful for your kind offer. You traveled so far for us.
Not you, we came for goats.
Quiet!
What goats?
Sorry, just a joke. I would do anything to aid your family and protect my precious fiancé.
The enemy force is smaller than anticipated. Even as we speak, they're preparing to launch an assault from their frontline fortress.
They're few in number?
Yes. I heard reports they could be 30,000 strong. In fact, they're closer to 12,000 men. I would like your opinion on the matter.
Where are they stationed?
There are 2,000 here. Their main force is here. There are enemy forces stationed here as well.
I see. Their defenses are solid.
Curious.
Curious?
Something is amiss here. It doesn't add up. It all looks fine at first glance, but when you take a closer look...
Your suspicion confirms my worst fear.
Is this a warrior's instinct at work?
The formation makes sense. I would go so far as to say it's downright solid. So why doesn't it feel right?
Maybe it's too solid?
What do you mean?
It shouldn't be this solid now. This is the formation of an army preparing to defend against an assault, not launch their own. But they're the ones invading.
There's up their defenses. It doesn't make sense, especially before a single battle is fought.
So that explains the sense of dread I've been feeling.
I don't get it. What game are they playing?
Perhaps their goal is to wear us down over time?
If I were them, watch. I'd leave the majority of my forces to solidify our defenses and make up for my lack in numbers by forcing it on my opponent's numbers through repeated ambushes. Here, for example, this location is exactly where I would strike first.
If you put yourself in your opponent's position, you can figure out exactly what they're after?
If I can assume that you'll be defending against attacks from the north, then a strike here would leave me mostly unscathed. And the terrain makes it the perfect spot for an ambush.
That location is right where Lord Squall's unit is headed.
Lord Squall's in danger?
I mistakenly thought it would be an easy area to defend. That's why it seemed like a fitting first deployment for him.
Lord Squall has no practical combat experience. He stands no chance as the target of an ambush. We must hurry to his rescue.
You're right. I'll deploy a company to your command.
From where do we expect their attack?
The northeast, we believe.
Very well. We meet the enemy here and prevail.
Sir! Excuse me, sir. We have sighted the enemy in the distance. About 20 men.
Right. The time has come.
Onward! Enemy spotted! Ambush from the southern forest!
What?
How did they get behind us?
There were too many! There were only supposed to be 20
Hold
of them!
the line, everyone!
They tricked us!
What are your orders, Lord Squall?
We're playing into their hands! Let's head for the forest!
Sir! Enemy reinforcements! 100 strong! Your orders!
We're trapped!
Great Hubric's company has been delayed!
There's no time to lose. Niccolo, I'm leaving Huberic's company to you.
I won't let you down!
Pace, once we're near the border, you take the soldiers and harangue the enemy!
Yes, sir!
Lesage, you're with me! Sir!
We're coming, Squall.
Stay together! Don't disperse!
That squad is hit! Sides!
Then we'll carve a path through!
The Lord, we don't have enough men. We should surrender.
We hold fast here!
Could that be Lord Mortel? But why? How could he have known we needed help?
I'm glad to see you safe and sound, Lord Squall. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you safe and sound, Lord Squall. It's been a while. We heard you returned with tidings of victory.
I'm relieved you weren't hurt out there, Lord Squall.
You rescued me from a dire situation. I've no words to express my gratitude.
Kubrick, how'd he manage to tame a monster like that to do his bidding?
This could be a serious problem for our campaign. With more talent at their side, there's a chance Duke Kodlachek might send reinforcements. Should we withdraw our soldiers now, sir?
I had myself worrying something might have happened to you. We did repel the enemy, but that came with a cost. Many men have lost their lives. My lack of due diligence put you in grave danger.
It isn't your fault.
And as for you two, I'm in your debt. You have my gratitude.
Lord Squall performed splendidly on the battlefield. Even when surrounded by enemies,
I do not know what would have happened to me out there if you two hadn't come.
According to the reports, Luterut seems to be withdrawing his troops for now.
Excellent news to hear, Your Grace.
It's time to celebrate the men who helped to lead us to our victory. You first and foremost, Lord Squall, for your steadfast devotion in battle.
You were quite brave.
You should rest for a while.
I think I might do that.
I'm so glad you're back! I was worried. You weren't hurt, were you?
I appreciate your concern, but I suffered no more than scratches, I assure you.
I'm so relieved to hear that. I missed you.
I'm exhausted right now. We can talk later.
I'll show you to your room.
I'm sorry, but please, I just need some time to myself to think.
Please wait, Lord Squall.
I'm worried about him. He's unwell.
His first deployment really took its toll. People often find themselves crushed. The weight of the emotional trauma is too much. But for the heir to the ducal house that oversees the royal capital's military, it's a necessary life experience.
Indeed.
Yes, but he had such a haunted expression on his face. I've never seen him like that. I feel helpless. What can I do to ease his suffering? And after all of this?
Pace, remember, when we defeated those bandits, Mark made a bad mistake, but then you found a way to cheer him up.
Oh, you mean when I made the bunka pie?
You and Lord Squall are about the same age as well. Can you handle this?
Oh, I could try. But I can't help feeling like if his fiancé can't console him, I have no chance.
I believe you do. All I truly want is to see that sweet smile back on his face. There's nothing I want more.
His smile?
Imagine they could share the finished desserts with a big smile and open heart. Then war would become a thing of the past, and everyone in the world would be so happy and
behind every smile is a sweet. His smile. Yeah, of course. I know.
Looks like you've got an idea, yes?
There's something I want to make. Can you please have the materials ready for me right away?
What kind of sweet?
What?
I know my own son.
Yeah, well, Father, you know it isn't like that. I'm not doing this just so I have an excuse.
Lord Pastry, please. He needs you.
And I'll see to it that you get whatever you need.
Thank you so much, Your Grace. In that case, could you please ready some bonkas for me?
Some bonkas?
Will you be baking a bonka pie?
Not quite. I want to bring him the heartfelt light of a smile and help guide him back to the path of happiness and warmth.
Raise your glass. Drink to your heart's content.
Everyone said this would be a great battle, but it ended with one skirmish.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some recognition out of it.
It seems the only one with any bragging rights is that spoiled little outsider. I hardly thought it fair. What a joke.
Must be nice to be well born, huh?
I would urge you to pay them no mind. Some people just like to grumble. It's an unfortunate truth. War comes with great sacrifice. Your grandfather, Duke Kodlachek, is a soldier of great repute. So you must internalize that fact even more than most men would.
You are correct. I know my position of prominence is due to my place in the Duke's line. The Margrave had even set up a perfect first...
Struggled in my first campaign, too. You accomplished great deeds in your battle, Lord Squall, and you're allowed to feel proud of yourself for that.
Thank you all for your kind words. I can't get it out of my mind. All because of my inexperience.
Congratulate you on your victory.
You're the one who came to my aid, so you have my thanks.
And if I may say, with such decisiveness, capacity for quick action, and reliability, it's no wonder you were looked at as a leader of our kingdom.
My, you're absolutely too kind. I don't know what to say.
To celebrate the occasion, I briefly borrowed your kitchen to make something
What is that? It smells so rich.
I've never seen anything like it before. Here, I made it for you.
Fruit I've yet to try? Thanks, but what is it?
It's called a tarte tatin.
That sounds interesting.
It's a dessert made from bonkas. I baked it especially for you, Lord Squall.
So, this fruit layered on top, it's just bonkas? Have they been baked as well?
Yes. Niccolo, bring the tarte tatin.
And of bonkas, paired with the delicate aroma of a freshly baked crust. I have to taste it. I guess my appetite's back. It's really made of bonkas? They taste different to me.
When you heat the bonkas, it gives depth to their tartness and intensifies their sweetness. Tarts shall all contrast so beautifully, it's like heaven in your mouth.
I've never tried anything like it. It's the best sweet I've tasted.
I'm honored.
Why is it called tarte tatin?
The name actually comes from the two master tart makers, the Tatin sisters.
I've never heard of them.
Typically with tarts, you lay the fresh fruit directly on top of the raw dough and then bake it, alone. With no other choice, the sisters laid the dough on top of the half-baked fruit and let it finish. Doing so resulted in what we now call a tarte tatin.
That's where it comes from?
In other words, a lot of people at the time would have probably said that the tarte tatin was a failure of a tart.
Failure? And that is?
If the Tatin sisters hadn't been adaptable that day, when faced with their error, they could have easily thrown out the fruit and started over. Then this tart might never have been created, huh? It was a treat that most bakers would have just discarded, but instead, because the Tatin sisters didn't give up and refused to let their failure go to waste, we can enjoy its still sweet I'm making. I think back to the tarte tatin and remember the origins of this masterpiece. So failure doesn't have to be a waste at all. The most important thing is to keep looking forward and working hard, even in the face of defeat.
For the next heir to the Kodlachek name, failure is unacceptable. Never show weakness to anyone. Are you aware of what carrying the Kodlachek name means?
you kept your promise to your future wife.
But still, the only reason I made for all of them.
You have a heart. Isn't that how a leader should feel after watching his soldiers go down in battle?
Instead of celebrating the victory of your first campaign, you're thinking about all of the men who sacrificed their lives for you. I'm very proud of you for the modesty you've shown. And you should be too.
Lady Petra.
That...
Thank you so much. Lord Pastry, I am in your debt. Someday, I swear I will become a stronger man. I won't let... Pardon me, would anyone mind if I had another piece of tarte tatin?
Of course not.
Lady Petra, would you like to go find a sunny spot in the garden and enjoy this treat together?
Sounds great.
He seems to be in better spirits.
Yes.
Sadly, the heartbreak of your first campaign is something you have to overcome on your own.
I had similar struggles myself when I was young.
Did you? Well, in any case, Lord Pastry, I must find a way to offer my thanks. If there's anything in particular you'd like, simply name it.
Wait, for real? There are so many things on my list. I want it all. But what do I really need to make my land of sweets? Your lordship?
Welcome home, Pastry.
It feels good to be back. Just look at all that stuff! Are they merchants now? They're expressions of gratitude sent from Lord Huberic.
I'm so glad you're safe.
Also, your father gave me a letter for you.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to read it.
Ready to stay behind in the Margravate.
That's right.
You can be certain of one thing. Baron Lunsvaj will pay for shoving his greedy hand into my wallet.
So, as you can imagine, he seemed pretty worked up.
Sounds like another example of like father, like son.
Besides, this all started because he used procurement in a time of war to buy all the goats that were supposed to come to us. And he seemed quite enthusiastic going to get interned.
Buy them up?
Why, after all, Mortel contributed the most to this campaign, did we not? Since we're doing this anyway, rendering him docile by inflicting a twofold return should make future negotiations easier.
That look on your face is so creepy.
Well, of course it's up to Father.
Negotiations are complete. It's going to take forever with my teleportation alone. It'll be faster if you replicate my magic and help me carry it.
Really? There's that much? Just what did you negotiate for?
Hell! What the heck is all this?
I don't see horses this exquisite very often, Foyle. They were going through the final checks when I insisted on buying them before they were sent to Baron Lunsvaj.
Eye for an eye, huh?
Apparently, the Baron paid enormous amounts of money to raise them under his supervision from when they were just foals. To have such a low-ranked noble swipe them out from under his nose. He's probably writhing in frustration and pain right about now.
So is this one of those wine things or what? It looks like a juicer to me. Well, basically, the more you crank this handle, the more the fruit inside gets crushed, which then forces the juice out. Oh. Let's try and give it a whirl. Mother, you called?
Something important came up, so I need you to go to the royal capital with your father.
What for?
Well, Pace, you see, it's concerning my father's letter. He wanted to invite Petra and me to the royal capital at the end of summer, but I don't know what I should wear when I go. I wanted to get everyone's opinion.
So we gathered all the clothes we could find in the house and had
Maybe that the only choice is to have a new outfit made for her. But there's no dressmaker in our fief who sews things worthy of nobility.
You want to use a dressmaker in the capital?
We'd like you to go to town and order a dress in Licorice's size. If we can just get the basic form made, we can add some fancy embellishments to it here.
Shouldn't Father be able to handle that on his own?
Absolutely not. Licorice wouldn't want some mad...
You're her fiancé.
Right, Licorice, dear?
I don't mind if Pace knows. That's fine.
Goodness.
Oh, she's my fiancé. Of course there aren't any secrets between us.
You got that right.
Father, I hope this letter finds you well. It's been a month since my arrival in Moortown, so I thought you might want an update. It smells sublime.
It's a special cheesecake made using goat's milk.
Oh, wow! The sweets that Pace makes are like magic. He always makes me smile.
Hey! Wake up! Everyone's waiting on you.
Bring it. Oh no! Oh, you're here too? How long were you watching?
Ever since you first fell asleep.
Everyone's been so kind and they treat me like family. I'm having great fun every day. With love, licorice.
I'm glad she's happy, but I miss her.
Sounds good!
It's okay to get your hopes up.
Sweet!